Good evening and welcome to the Wargaming.net League European Extended Season. My name is Ektar, joined here by Decisive. We have 3 more matches for you today after the 9 more matches from week 1. Looking forward to it, dude?
Always.
Always.
I mean,
never a dull moment.
it's been a very surprising season so far, you know.
Yeah.
So Ding almost losing to Who Cares, Savage Squad losing to Who Cares, beating Kazna Kru, Oops losing versus Utopia, beating Go Hard. So it's all unsure of what is going to happen. So the second week is going to tell us a little bit more of how the current standings are between the teams, like in terms of how good they are. But for now, I mean, I've been impressed with Oops most of all, I think.
Yeah, Oops have certainly looked quite strong so far. Utopia as well surprised me. They came out quite coordinated and quite strong. Just now there's a tie at top place. For those who may be thinking that Oops were perhaps a point ahead, there was a little bit of an issue with a team player using bonds, which are not allowed in the league, but that's now cleared up. Bonds no longer in accounts, but sadly, sticking to the rules of the season, had to...
Not forgetting, obviously, that
win.
Oops also has 3 matches.
True.
Whereas Utopia has 2.
2, yeah.
So technically, Utopia could be doing better.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed by Isuba. I really thought that they were going to have a so much stronger season. I mean, they've added Unji, which was a star player for the GRS lineup, and really thought that they're going to excel, but they've lost 3 times, and it's going to be already kind of crunch time for them.
They weren't necessarily close matches. I mean, okay, the first one, Go Hard 5-3. Like, that was okay.
Yeah, but it went downhill after that. That's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, Utopia 5-1 and then Oops 5-2. It was quite strong defeats. I mean, especially the one against Utopia. That was super one-sided. Maybe they can bounce back this weekend, maybe not. I mean, our first match of the day is going to be Savage Squad versus Ding. Savage Squad being one of our newest teams coming up. Well, the newest team coming up. They went through the qualifiers, and Ding being the season champions, riding high from last season.
Yeah. And don't forget, Ryan, between us and the Fantasy League, I just have to point that out. Guess who's winning again this season? Because that sure as hell ain't you.
No, it's not me. But as I said, my team name is It's Only Game, so I'm not taking it super serious.
Well,
why
team,
you have to be mad?
My team is a Little Boy Squad, so I don't know.
Okay, well, it says a lot. We were talking about this earlier on when we noticed it. I'm not surprised, to be honest, that's been banned out because they played pretty rubbish on it last week.
They haven't had a single good Prokhorovka round so far.
Yeah.
It's really not been a good map for them whatsoever. They've lost every single one of them. Ding banning Murovanka, kind of not that surprised by it either coming out from them. They have not been that good on it whatsoever. Himmelsdorf coming out as first map. I really don't know how this is going to work for Savage Squad because like Ding on Himmelsdorf is always a tough nut to crack because they have so much experience. They know those rotations so well. We saw them fall to Who Cares last week by a fast cap, but that's the one-trick pony. That's not something that works more than once, really. For the people that remember, 5-5-8s pretty much pushed onto the cap and just capped it out. But that's a one-time thing, so that's not going to work out. And then Ghost Town, another one of those brawl maps. Like, I don't know how these first 2 maps really are going to go for Savage Squad because it could be really quick that Ding just removes them on both of these.
I mean, we thought that with Ghost Town against Who Cares, and Who Cares like wrecked them at one point. It was a good counter from them, yeah.
Ding just wasn't ready for that kind of aggression. They made some bad rotations. Sand River being banned from Ding, not surprised whatsoever. They seem not to have learned yet that well how to deal with the map, how to deal with the reactions. I think it's going to take some time for them to train it out and get used to the map because you could see it when they played it against Kazna. It was all over the place. I mean, they had the advantage, but I think they threw it away because of inexperience on the map itself. Who Cares removing Savage Squad removing mines. Not really surprised because like Ding is that kind of team that can take a 2-0 on mines as well. If Senya stays on the cap at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty much throw, that one. They had that had he stayed on. Cliff coming out then for last pick with Ding, and then Runeberg Savage Squad if it gets to that
This is
stage.
a very hard map pool for Savage Squad, to be honest, because we have 3 city maps in here. All the open maps, Sand River, Murovanka, Prokhorovka, removed.
Yeah.
So they're just going to be playing city maps, and that's really where Ding is very strong on those city maps.
It's going to be interesting with Runeberg as well because we're starting to see some new tactics coming out, different vehicles being used, so it's not as set as it was in the past. Now, obviously, because the teams are playing, we like to think about who's going to win, and we already have our predictions today.
I'm like,
Well, couldn't be more different.
Well, you know, I gotta stick with
It's
the
bold.
underdog.
It's
I
a
gotta
bold.
stick with the underdog. You know, I
You're
got
bold.
some MVPs. I'm
You
pretty.
said I need to stick with the Fame Boys earlier on.
I mean, Ding has fame boys as well, but like you know, I'm sticking with the underdog, giving some
Underdog.
motivation to Alpha. He needs it,
He
because
needs it, yeah.
otherwise he ain't gonna perform.
Okay, okay, we'll see how that one goes. Right, now, first map is going to be Himmelsdorf. We're going to have Savage Squad on the defense. We're going to have Ding on the attack. Yeah, I mean, Ding have tripped up on this map a couple of times. We've seen Kazna getting tripped up on it as well. A fantastic play against Oops, where that was the cap
But
tactic coming out, tracking the mouse.
we did see Savage Squad do quite decent on it.
Mhm.
I mean, but against Ding, it's always an issue. It really is an issue for them. They're going to have either some ingenious, aggressive tactics, or you need to win the trades, which is like to win the trades, you need to outmaneuver them, outposition them, and to even achieve one of those two things is going to be very difficult, like to
Yeah.
outposition them, but then you also need to hit those shots, which we have seen is an issue for Savage Squad. We have seen them do a lot of misses, a lot of bounces on some maps, which have costed them dearly, like against Kazna as well, for example, on Mines. So I don't know. I'm worried for them. I really do think they might need this first round at the very least for a strong start to have any sort of chance in the beginning.
Okay, and how do you feel that Senya has settled into Ding here over Positive?
Koritz has currently more average damage than Senya and Breakneck, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, Breakneck really had a stinker of a first weekend, to be honest. A lot of people would have had him in their fantasy team to pick up points, and he didn't deliver, to be honest. Now, battle is underway. We see Ding already moving down here off of the hill, sending Shockish up over the hill. Savage Squad, they're coming down the rails mainly for defense. You're going to see this in just a second. We're looking at the lovely castle of Himmelsdorf. And there we go, Breakneck and Senya leading off the charge down here on the south.
And just going to the usual positions to spot out any sort of aggression coming out from Savage Squad. Senya might try to catch somebody on the K line, but he's going to be playing against Latencer over there. So there should be not much of an issue unless Latencer makes a big mistake. Breakneck goes onto the ramp here because he can spot through the gap. If Storm was a bit slow, he might have gotten the shot as well, but obviously he was quick enough in that 5-8 to get across. Breakneck is just holding that angle, obviously, because there's a gap in that building where you can shoot through, and if he gets a connection, that's always nice, some early damage.
Now, on the Monday show, we were talking about the impact that potentially Motten would have on Savage Squad, but Motten isn't in the team lineup, Daki. It's Latenza instead.
Guess we're going to have to ask the team about that one. You just
He's-
don't put a 3v3 champion out like that.
He's Latenza coming across, I believe, from Brainstorm.
Yeah, coming off from the CIS region. But so far, I mean, Ding is already going very aggressive on this K-line. You can see they have the mouses over there as well. It's only ooh, nice shot from Alien, though.
Nice peek, nice connection. Storm trying to get returned. Storm
Storm.
taking another one. Bit of a Tamosa trades here, not going in his favour, not connecting with his shots. Senya has taken a bit of damage on Ding, but so far the majority of damage going on to Savage Squad from Ding. So Storm in his 5A has taken damage, and so has Freedom in the E4.
Yeah, in the meantime, we could see a blind shot there from Shockish in the FE 4005. He was trying to get a shot on towards Storm. He can obviously not see him because he's not within his view range. Like he's out of render, but he can always try to blind shot.
Nice one from Breakneck there. Just trying to peek on the edge there of the turret of Zet, and he connects with his second shot. Looks like he's going to peek out and try and get another one there. 490, so slightly above an average roll. Take that if it's going to come all day rather than low rolls.
I mean, this is good stuff from Breakneck. It is risky though, because if anybody peeks, if Zed peeks too far as well, then you know he's gonna get shot. But Senya is there in support, so far so good for Ding. I mean, they have done some chipping damage onto Savage Squad's lineup, but Storm needs to be careful because he's already made like 2 big mistakes. You really can't take that amount of damage in that position because you're the first line of defense when Ding crosses the rails, and you want that 5A to be alive as long as he possibly can, because the longer the 5A is alive, the more the mouses need to turn their turret, the more damage he does. So him being this low makes it so, yeah, look where he's already positioned. He's already quite passive, because if he takes 1 or 2 more shots, then if they push, he's just insta-dead.
Storm repairing his viewport there, so it was a little bit damaged there on yellow. I always get this mixed up, and Mojo will be happy to know that I have learned from my mistakes, Daki. So if it's red, it's a crew member. If it's yellow, it's a module, because you can't have a red ammo rack, because that means the vehicle.
You can have a red viewport, though.
You can have a red viewport, yeah, but I always get the loader and ammo rack mixed up, but you can't have a red ammo rack. That means it's really bad. So yeah, I finally sussed it. Everyone in chat will be really happy to know. Well done, Ektar. Learning something new every day.
Every day is a learning day.
It is with you and Mojo, Daki. It's like being in school.
I've taught you a lot of things.
Taught me a lot of things, yes.
Yes, exactly. What I was trying to say. Thanks, dude. Wow.
Okay.
The bully. The bully. I'll remember that one.
Hey, everyone's got
Just wait until we get to mines.
Okay, yeah. Ding and mines, yeah, I can hardly wait. We've got Cliff as well, actually, to look forward to. So, Danny here in the AMX 50, just hiding in the train yard. It's a bit slow at the moment here from Ding, Daki, just trying to position to make the move onto base 2, I think.
The thing is, what they can do now is put Kuric into the J5, J6 window. If they do that, then Breakneck can start the cap as he's doing right now. Stenya in the 50B can come onto the 5 line where he is right now. From that position, with him and Kuric, they can both shoot the A line crossing. What this will cause is Savage Squad will have to cross somebody over the A line to reset Breakneck, because they have nobody on A7. Now, when they do this, they will take 3 damage, at least 2 shots from both the 50B and the I7, which means they will bleed more. In the meantime, they're being controlled in the south by the mouses, so they can't really push that either. So what Ding is trying to do is just draw across tanks from Savage Squad to punish them. Shokish is holding the other angle, and then they will punish them from the 5 line. Breakneck will run away, and they will just rinse and repeat. And if they leave somebody in A7, they'll just pull back the tanks and push the 1-2 line.
Cap already being started out here by Ding at the moment. So we're down to 1 minute, 10 seconds already. There's a little blind fire coming out from Elin and Mertoria. So just Elin shooting at the moment. Mary actually is in a reload, so he's been shooting as well. They're blind firing up into the rails, trying to... No, they're not trying to get the rails. What are they actually trying to shoot at there, Daki? Looked like EF1 area.
They might be trying to, like... because 50Bs are usually positioned in like B1, C1 in the back. They might be trying to blind shoot over there, trying to catch them off.
Danny looks like the one to be coming out in there. Breakneck runs away and Danny gets caught on that 5. Oh, Shokish! Oh my god, what a huge hit that was into him. Wow, Shokish down to 262, getting absolutely wrecked there.
That was both TDs hitting
That
him.
was him peeking around that corner and getting annihilated almost for it.
I think he wanted to take the bait of Danny because it's a 50B, and if you hit a 50B with an FV, well, he pretty much dies. But that is not what Ding really needed in this round. Like I said, they needed to punish the 5-line crossing, and they could have done that without taking anything in return. Shokish did not need to take that amount of damage right there. It was not necessary whatsoever.
Danny didn't really take a lot in the crossing as well, so I mean that's brought the HPs down a little bit. Ding still had a bit more, but that's Mary and Breakneck both getting shot at the same time, so it's bringing it even closer. Ding still have on average about 2,000 more HP across the board on the teams here, but Danny in a very dangerous position, got between a Hulkneck and Breakneck there, but Breakneck's now backing off in the reloads.
Yeah, Danny there in that 50B, he tried to run away. Breakneck came back and gave him a lot of shots for that. So it's not that good for him. Savage Squad is still down in HP. Even with the mistake from Shokish, they're still down in HP. So now with Danny being there and Alpha still locked down, I think for Ding the play is to push 1-2 line to try and get around these TDs, because Alpha in the mouse is locked away. And then when they push that, they can use Breakneck to come from behind, like we saw Camel do against Gohard, for example.
Yep, there's Hulkneck just peeking around the corner there and finding that Raven is in front of him and choosing the better option to back away. Now Freedom is on overlap as well, looking down the 1-2 line. He can give coverage either north or south if it's needed. Now Senya is moving up here, top of the banana road, covering with Breakneck. Breakneck going back into that cap again. Looks like they're trying to bait someone back across the 5 line. Only Karitz is going to be able to get shots this time.
Yeah, but even with Karitz over there, Senya's covering as well, and somebody will have to cross over. So he could take 1 shot from Karitz. Shokish is back into position. Perhaps he can make something happen as well. And whoever crosses, if Senya goes onto the cap now as well, then they have to push across very quickly, and Alpha's going to have to be the one.
It looks like they are positioning initially to get 3 people set up. I mean, Alpha could go over and take that shot, so there's always the danger as well of Karitz speaking. Alien being focused a little bit at the moment. Down to half health. Somebody is, looks like both tanks are jumping into him. He's getting caught in a crossfire here. Storm, Zet, and Latenza are all able to get shots into him. Alien is in a really bad spot right now. Can get a return fire shot on Latenza, but Latenza getting taken out by Mary as he tries to come around. Alien surviving there. Storm trying to get the killing shot. Alien needs to watch because now Zet's on a reload. And he's moved off because there's action happening in the cap circle as well. They're trying to push into the cap. 16 seconds going on in the cap circle right now. You can see the HP falling at the top. Zet getting the kill on Hulkneck. Alien looks to perhaps Let's finish off Storm, but these two tanks are stuck down the bottom of the map of Elian and Mary. They can't help in a team fight. Now look at this. Raven has came round behind Karitz, but Alpha takes him out, and now Alpha can push into Breakneck and also into Senya.
Yeah, but this cap is not going to work out because Alpha's on one angle, Raven's coming from behind, and he picks up Breakneck just as that, and now Senya pushing forward onto a reload onto a mouse. That's not going to work out much either, and I think Karitz really was the crucial factor there. A little bit too far forward, got punished really heavily for that. They did lose freedom, but with 1 minute 15 seconds left, there's still a lot of HP to find, and they don't really have that many tanks left either.
Nice Shockish, nice as he picks up a double kill there, getting the shot over the shoulder of Senya. Taking out Mouse there. Now Zet is backing off here, but Mary can come in up behind Zet.
Mary's a mouse though. This will take him forever to get there. This is going to be really slow, and then he still needs to kill him, which is also going to take time because Zet is still a 3-shot. So it's going to take him some time to kill him. He does spot him out now. Zet needs to play it safe though, and if he gets like safe into the 5 line, he spots out Meritorious now, but he can turn right around the corner. In the meantime, Storm versus Elian. Storm can kill Elian in 1 shot, so they need to kill him as well. How do they do that?
Shockish against Raven as well. Shockish look to come into the cap circle. He gets the kill on Raven. Shockish can actually now move into cap circle, but still not enough time. Elian needs to kill Storm. It's going to be a one-on-one situation down the bottom here. Can Elian do this? Literally, that fight is going to decide what happens here, because if Storm kills Elian, then Storm can get away in time.
Storm needs to hold the angle, wait for Elian to peek, and then just drive forward. I don't even know
that's where the action should be right now. We know that Zet's going to go down. He's got 3 tanks coming at him. Senya gets the kill on Zet. Now, what's happening down the bottom here? Storm and Elian. This is it. Elian, you need to peek. You need to get shot. Elian gets the kill, and Ding win it with only 2 seconds left on the board.
Storm.
Couldn't have cut it any closer, lads. Couldn't have cut it any closer.
Storm made the mistake of, like, he wanted to drive forward to survive, but the building's too small to actually hide behind. He should just hold the angle against Elian, because Elian has to turn his turret. He has to turn his turret to make that shot. And as soon as he sees that turret turn, he just shoots the turret face and kills him. So
scrappy.
Big mistake there, honestly.
Scrappy
big mistake.
win.
I don't even know how Raven died to Shockish either.
The thing is I would have think, I don't know, maybe Raven had turned around in the alley to drive away from Shockish, so it gave Shockish a free shot into the back of him.
I also don't think Zed should have driven down the 5 line. I think that was a mistake. I think it was better for him.
Top damage, Alpha coming second.
Yeah, that's all nice and well, right? That doesn't excuse bad positioning. Driving down the 5 line, he must have known somehow where Meritorious was going to be. But positioning himself there makes it so Senya can actually come behind him. If he's like just reversing down the street, he would spot Mary through the window, and it would take Mary forever to get there. Longer than the 5 line. Also, I don't know, Raven, I think he might have tried to kill Senya. And then Storm, honestly, Storm just needs to sit there. As soon as you see the mouse turret turn, like, there's like 3 seconds left. Elian does not have time to like turn, bait the shot by turning back and aim again. That's 3 seconds gone.
Yeah.
So Elian has to take the fight. Elian has to shoot. Storm just has to sit there. As soon as he sees some sort of turret face, when it's not angled anymore, he just shoots. It's a 5A. That's going to go straight through it.
I mean, Zet was going down, that was for sure. But I mean, that fight, those two held off each other a long time. And Elian survived a bit of a pummeling down in that corner as well. And nicely done for Meritorious to switch positions and come up and support. I was really interested to know what happened with Raven, that we can perhaps look at the replay. I might look at that later tonight and try and find out what happened. But now teams swap positions, so we're going to have Savage Squad on the attack. We're going to have Ding on the defense. Savage Squad's red side using...
Double Foch B, Danny Memes, 2K17, they're back.
Double Foch coming out there. Now, fairly standard lineup here for Ding, bringing in a Type 5 heavy as well. IS4, Mary on that, no surprise really.
This lineup from Savage Squad is really like super aggressive. I mean, it has to go down 8 line almost because it's not going to win the rails. This lineup does not win rails. This lineup is go down 8 line as quickly as we possibly can, go onto the cap, probably, and have the Foch Bs be on like B0 or closer to farm anybody on the crossing. But the thing is, Meritorious is already waiting there.
Breakneck sees it as well, so he spots out one. Storm hit already, tracked to repair that straight away. Able to carry on. Danny getting a shot as he drives past. Freedom getting a shot as he drives past as well. Now, I think Ding are going to be ready for this. This is what they got caught out with before, and they're not going to let it happen to them again, surely, Deki.
No, Shockish is going to deliver a big shot on this crossing as well if he... He should give a big shot on this crossing. He can penetrate through the mantlet as well. I don't know why he shot there.
He missed, yep, didn't get. And now they're going to actually push along.
He should not shoot there. Like, really in that E3, They're not going to pen that E3 whatsoever.
Mary is up in his graveyard, Daki.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried. But
Poor
like,
Mary.
honestly, Shocker should not take that shot. Like, they're not going to pen him anyways because it's like super unlikely and he can wait for a clear shot.
Are they really doing this again? Are they really trying to do something to Ding that Ding already had hammed to him last week?
Nice shot from Meritorious there on towards Alpha though. Yeah, and this is what I don't like though, because Who Cares did something like this against Ding, and Ding is a team that learns from what happened
fool me
before.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Yeah, so
shame
they
on
learned
me.
from what happened before. So I don't know about this. I don't think this is really going to work out. We'll find out though. I mean, Raven lost his gunner on the Fok B.
Look at Latenza here though, coming. He's been held back, so he can come around and deal with Breakneck. Breakneck running in between Storm and Latenza. Breakneck could go down for this. This could be dangerous. Raven with a dead gunner. That was another thing I was trying to say, Daki. Crew members can't be yellow. They can't be yellow damage. They can only be red damage. So that's another thing to separate between the loader damage. You know, I just have to get this out. It's been a mess in my head the whole time. And I'm sure everyone else who watches
Breakneck
it.
is in a bad position here though.
Yep.
Like he's kind of caught up, but he can go kind of safe as well though. That's the thing. Like, they really can't do much. Like they would have to have somebody on the hill to punish him.
And look at this as well. Savage Squad have completely backed off from their cap tactic, but now they're having to back off in a dangerous way as well. They're having to expose a lot. Oh, Danny, nice driving there, mate.
Well, they have the rotation power though. I mean, the thing is, they need to be careful because Freedom, if he crosses over here, Alien and Shockish might be ready for this.
Freedom's going to get shot. Shockish is not ready. Shockish might. Nope. Only Alien gets a shot. So 485. Hulknick taking a lot of damage as he moves across. He's getting clipped out by the Fosh. Return shot didn't connect or do damage. You can see the shots coming over from behind Hulknick as well, back up into these Foshes. Now, once the Foshes are clipped out, you might get more aggressive play from Ding here, trying to focus on everybody else. Hulknick with a dead loader in his mouse. That's going to frustrate him.
Yeah, but Zet is in real trouble in his 5-8. I mean, look at the HP. It's so far in favor of Ding. They need to take down guns, but Zet is already left alone, so he's going to go down for that, and then Savage Squad needs to kill something. But the thing is, Ding has too much HP to remove anything from the game.
Yeah, Ding's sitting on almost 3,000 HP more than Savage Squad at the moment. Alien taking a little bit more damage, but Fosh and Raven coming around here, and the Fosh in the back with Alpha as well. They're going to clip out into the back, Daki. This could be absolutely brutal from these two Fosh. But look at the damage Raven took already, peeking around the corner.
Well, they need to remove one of the two right now, and it's probably the mouse that has to go first.
Hulknick being focused, he goes down in that road. This is Raven picks up the kill, and at the same time Meritorious drops Storm. So we can see the brawl in the middle of the map. There's the Fosh doing huge amounts of damage. Raven picking up a double kill. They're taking out Karitz as well. As Danny drops down Meritorious, I don't think Ding actually have enough guns left in this stack. It's going to come right to the wire on this one.
Well, the Fok Bs are currently on reload, so they need to remove tanks while they can, but the base is being double captured. 1 minute and 26 is left on that, and Ding doesn't really have any quick tanks except for Senya to go back anymore. Now Latencer is the crucial factor. He needs to really farm these tanks as they come back. Shenya is going to be the first one. They have time for this, though. And I don't think
they have the HP. Yeah.
They need to remove one gun from the game instantly. Like, they need to kill somebody to get a Raven and Latencer, Alpha. As soon as somebody peeks this corner, somebody needs to die. That's it.
Interesting from Senya, he initially went to go to left, now he's gone right. Oh, Shockish. There's shots coming from Alien, Latenza farming into him. Alien looking back across, Latenza can't take a shot. He will go down to a one-shot from a mouse. Alpha will go down to a one-shot as well. Raven can get wrecked by Shockish, and that's what they're aiming up for. The crossfire here from Ding. They don't have an angle here on Raven. This is a danger. And Senya, if he tries to cross, can get clipped. He sees Alpha, takes him out. Brilliant play by Senya, picking up a triple kill. Shockish got ammo rack there for Ding from Latenza. Now, Ding can actually start pushing. Kappas came off. They're having to move away. Raven knows he's got someone behind him. He's trying to come forward as well, but look at this. Senya is clipping out into the back of him, Daki. Raven's having to push forward. Oh, this is not going well at all from Savage Squad. So close again, so close again.
Close but no cigar. I mean, Alien picks up the last one again. They were very close, and those Fok Bs, Jesus Christ, that was not nice to watch. I watched Hulknick disappear in 2 seconds, and I watched Karitz disappear in another 2 seconds after. Those things are brutal when they're close range like that. But the issue was with the other tanks. I mean, they lost Zed too early.
And he had everybody exposed as well.
Everybody ran through 8 line, but Zed was left behind, so they kind of lost 1-5A already over there. And that, I think, was the biggest factor. And also, the Senya really played amazing during that round.
Senya played great, yeah. I mean, in the 1-1-3 as well.
He was the one that chased down Zed when he was running down the 8 line. Zed needed to make it out there. If Zed made it out there, they win that round.
And he had a good shot in Alpha as well. I mean, you can certainly say the Fosh Bs were proved their worth here. And both of them coming top damage for their team.
I'm very happy because Alpha's on my team.
I can't remember who I've got in my team from Savage Squad. I think I've only got Zet and maybe one other person. Changed my team about and can't remember it now. Feels bad, man.
Does feel bad.
Yeah. Now, going into Ghost Town, this is going to be, I believe, TeamSpeak round as well.
Yes, it is going to be interesting to listen with Savage Squad.
Most
it always
definitely,
is.
yeah. See if we hear any animal noises in the background from the animals.
Perhaps. Well, you can. You don't
drumming.
know. Some drumming. I'm right here. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I can smash this if you want.
Don't, please don't. Do not treat this desk like it's your home desk.
Wow. I treat my home
We'll have
desk
to get a new
dreadfully.
desk if that happens, Daki.
That's very mean of you.
Now, Ghost Town, normally it would be a kind of map that Ding favoured, but Ding haven't looked necessarily all there. With Who Cares? Who Cares went surprise aggressive on them last
They
week.
have adapted since last week, though. Even this strategy that they were running now is a slight alteration of the last week. And even like they were trying to punish something what happened against them before, because last time when Who Cares brought all those 5As, they didn't punish them at all in 8-line. This time they actually did, so they are adapting. So let's see if their Ghost Town has improved. Now they're attacking first. Double
That
C50
says-
stable,
that
double
says fight to
115.
me.
Yeah, both teams kind of say fight. The Type 5 obviously is to reset the cap because he can hit the turret. When he hits the turret, he resets pretty much everybody.
Double 113s though from Ding.
Turret is much better. It depends where they're going to put them. They can put them on like D7 slope, for example, or they can put them on the cap even because they're better than 5As on the cap because the cupolas, like, they are further back of the turret. They're more shielded by the turret itself. So they can do that with them, like the 113s. And they also, the 113s play better at like the B5, B6 roads on that corner where the Type 5 might be sitting. But to be honest, they're probably going to be straight for the cap. I mean, that's I see the only use for the 113s over the 5A.
Latenza just going to go over to the place where most tanks, or a team always sends a tank up to give Overwatch onto the cap. That kind of sniper's perch area. Used to be AMX 30Bs, we used to see up, or AMX 30, sorry. But there's the cap starting out
Or
just as he
Udes's.
makes his drive, or Udes as well, yep. Karitz, who's in the cap, was one of the tanks that would actually use that. Raven swings and a miss, taking out building there. Now Latenza needs to start getting shots into something as well. They know exactly, Karitz is spotted already, so they know exactly where the tanks are.
Yeah, but they still need to destroy the walls in front though before they can actually reset. And 38 seconds left. It's gonna be could be over rather quickly.
Yep, now look at this. There's a push coming down into Death Alley. It's Zet and Alpha. They're going to face off against Shockish and Elaine. Back off straight away. Nice shot there from Alpha. A nice return fire there from Elaine. You can see the difference in damage, however. Zet takes one as well. And now Agorni's going to charge in as well. He's going to back out. He's exposing underplay. Very bold move there. Giving these two tanks choice to where to shoot at. There has been a little reset in the cap stock. Another reset coming in. So base counters continue to go back now.
Well, so far Savage Squad is doing pretty well, but Danny is in a big trouble in his AMX 50B. If he goes down, that could be game over already for Savage Squad.
Danny down to 152. He's getting absolutely wrecked right now. Alpha is almost wrecked as well. He's in 210 damage. Let's listen into the team speak of Dinks. It looks like they might be taking advantage here.
Сейчас бэшка зарядится.
Давай, один. Сломаю.
Я заберу. Я
Давай,
заберу.
давай.
Не трать.
Я фул.
Z,
Попался.
подожди, Z, КТ.
ПХ.
Минус 1.
Нет, забирай БХ, ему не вижу.
Я
Да,
не
да,
вижу. Она в
Поехали,
сейве.
поехали.
4 секунды, я
Поехали.
Я крачу.
Главное,
Я
надо
как
добить,
заберу,
не сзади.
Там бат заряжен. Аккуратно.
У меня
Бэшка на меня
у
смотрит.
меня
У вас.
две пушки.
Я убью
Блядь,
проект,
я
одна,
засветил.
короче.
Поехали,
Давай,
поехали.
минус 1,
Сломай дом, сломай дом, сломай дом, сломай дом.
Хорош.
Я без БК.
Дал
Я
по
КД.
баку.
По маусу.
КД.
Го поможем им с маусом.
Да
КД вроде.
КД маус.
Открой шуки. Бат минус 2.
Я пошел забивать.
Треть, я тайп.
Минус 3.
Кидай тайп.
КД.
Well, good rotation there from Ding for the HP, Daki. Everyone is taking a pummeling, but they're still standing right now.
Yeah, Savage Squad 7-0.
Shockish with the triple kill. Why did I remove him from my fantasy team?
Because he's too expensive.
He is real expensive right now. He was bringing somebody else. He's trying to work out who's going to get more money this week as well, is what you want to do. Nicely done there from Ding. Good. They saw what was coming for them. They dealt with it. and then they focused their shots.
Like we said, quick cap strat with the 113s onto that cap because of the better turret. Type 5 did get some resets, but you have a bad chat out of the fight as well, which is Latencer on the very far back. Yeah, those mouses did really well from Ding. But you have Latencer on the very far back, who's actually not doing anything well. Breakneck in the meantime in his bad chat. Danny was in the courtyard where the other cap was, and Breakneck was just speaking up. Yeah, he took a lot of damage for it, but Danny was pretty much dead.
Danny got dropped, yeah.
And then
really
Agorni
quickly.
got tracked, I think, by the T-57s on the corner as well, and he went down towards the one shot.
Yep.
And the trades just weren't there. Like, the individual trades from each player, they lost all of them. Like, they didn't win a single one of them at all. So you can't do much if you lose every trade.
Yeah, and still Ding had the 7 guns available to them, so they can continue shooting. And just having that extra gun, that extra bit of damage is always a huge bonus in the team fights. We've seen it happen before so many times in Ghost Town, where the kind of previous season, the surplus tank would be the one that actually would be the hyper carry. Now we're going to go into second round of Ghost Town. We're going to have Savage Squad on the attack. We're going to have Ding on the defense. How do you see this one going?
Well, I mean...
For your predictions, it's looking not so great.
Savage Squad just needs to win 5 rounds in a row. I have full confidence. I've never doubted them. This is the moment where they return everything. They turn this around and they do a 5-round comeback. If I can believe, anybody can believe.
Okay. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Now on the attack, nothing really special. Got double T-57s. Defense, double T-57s.
Note, Ding does not have a Type 5. They do not have a Leo either, like they had before.
What are they planning to do here for the top cap then?
That's what I'm saying. They don't have a Leo. They don't have a Type 5. They're not climbing with Breakneck in the beginning either. This is an aggressive push. They're going to push probably straight through the D line and try and overmatch into that little courtyard position over there. Counting on Savage Squad's tanks not being all in position. Because look at Breakneck. He's not going to go on A1. Koritz is just going to go on A5 to get the crossfire angles. And the other tanks from Ding, they can't really trade from that corner because the 5A has the advantage from the cap that he can just wait for the peek and shoot and then wiggle with his turret. So it almost feels like Ding will, Ding will just push straight forward.
So straight in for a YOLO. They are lining up the tanks there. Koritz has spotted out the Zet and Storm running in the 5As. Ding are ready for this. And gathering up Daki, it looks like it's going to be done in like 3 minutes here, isn't it?
It's going to be a very quick round because Ding is going to group up all tanks and try and make something happen.
Down the bottom on the minimap as well.
Yeah, Latencer is still there.
Alpha and Agorni moving up into Death Alley, where we just saw 2 mouse earlier on in the previous round from Ding sitting down there. Cap still going on at the moment, 35 seconds. No resets coming out just yet, but look at this, the fight has engaged. Mary and Elian taking a bit of damage. Argoni in return taking a lot of damage. They are focusing into Mary and Argoni. They are like the vanguards of their team. Now, what is actually happening here, because there is a reset coming out there, Daki, so it has been reset, and the team fight's not going fully YOLO as we thought it would there.
Yeah, so far so good for Savage Squad. Agorni bled a lot in his mouse, but now it's Breakneck versus Latencer, the one-on-one, and so far Latencer seems to be winning. They're even though, but Latencer had the first shot, so that's not going to do much over there. But there is the push from Savage Squad on the bottom side, though.
Savage Squad's raining through the back. Let's listen into their team speak and see how they're going to see this one out.
No.
I'm loading.
I'm also.
Losing HPs on the fucking
Yeah, because we're picking. We have
Lost weight.
Maybe we'll lose here because they did shots on us. But let's go mouse it.
Before I do it to play. I can try to kill Ilian.
I'm
Or
wrecked.
Mary.
57 is loading.
Can someone help me with a shot?
Kill mouse.
Mouse has to die. I'll shoot it 57. I'm loading.
You have to go kill
Nice.
the T-57
Ладно.
or mouse.
Ты мне помогай.
Да.
Давай. Mouse shot. Loading. After I will get reloaded, I can kill the...
Go,
I
just
can
go in.
Kill them from behind.
Go in. You can clip them all. Go.
Shoot the
57 first.
loading.
57.
First.
nice.
Go. You can kill only Meritorious. Someone has to shoot Senya. Go, you have full HP, man. Just go in.
I can kill.
He killed me.
I was my mistake. I bounced.
I mean,
Come on.
if I had one guy to help me.
Marty, you have it? Nice.
Go back.
Go back.
I just cannot.
Latenza, you just have to
Can,
look
go.
if the 50
Okay, I'm reloading.
Turn,
57 would
turn.
just turn around, turn around.
Why go
He
him
will catch you.
Latan is dead.
He shot -1.
Then you have to go forward, you have to kill that guy. Come
I
on.
have 10 seconds still.
Still go. Go on him.
Go.
He shot,
No,
okay, kill him.
This
No,
time.
He missed you! Kill him!
57 hit,
Him
minus
is-
3.
1 3. Nice. He shot
Nice,
him.
kill him. Aim.
One more.
I have only one.
Go reload, and run.
Reload.
turn
Run.
Go left, go left.
Shut up.
Don't let them. Don't
Let them play,
leave.
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up now.
Yeah, let's play mind games. I can peek here, hold down and kill them both.
Yes.
Let's do it. Defuse this one a little bit there.
Let them play.
You can be.
I honestly think he went from this side. Nice.
Nice. Watch your right.
Go cup.
Oh, we held that one for a while there. We wanted to listen into that one.
Danny, let's just say some questionable plays does get the kill though, and now Senya is in a bad position because he's one-on-one with a T57, which is a 4-shot for him
Yep.
technically. So Danny, I mean, he can take 4 shots and it doesn't matter. So Senya will probably get the first shot, but then Danny swings around and he should win. He should win.
Now, when we started listening into the team speak, they sounded so dejected, didn't they?
They sounded demotivated, honestly. Like
Yeah.
they sounded like.
And
like-
then they were winning, and we're like, they're winning. Like, why did they still sound really upset? And then they almost lost. And then again, it's another. This is the second time again. You heard it last week with Oops, and it's just, you heard it now with Savage Squad. Everyone talking in TeamSpeak, and someone just saying, "Shut up, let the guy play." You know, just leave it to the guy. Don't everyone second guess him, tell him what to do.
Let's see if Senya can prove himself here. 109 HP, a dream, 4-shot. What?
What?
Danny's shaky aim.
Yeah. I think he's just. having
I
a
think
play there.
Sheesh hijacked his computer there for
Yeah.
a second.
Does Danny want to go aggressive?
He should. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
can
what he's
trade.
waiting for.
He's going to go for it. No.
Danny.
He's got to shoot the barrel. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 shots. Danny's holding his shot. Nicely done. Come round. Well done for Danny on the multi-kill. And around the back there from Savage Squad. Hopefully that'll give him a bit more motivation, Daki, because that was a very somber sounding team speak.
Yeah, that was kind of sounded deflated.
Yeah.
But they won. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can take
let's
from
just say that Korit's missing Latencer
Korit should have
from
hit that one.
about like
That was-
from
yeah.
from this distance.
That would have changed it. The other interesting thing as well is when it came to Danny, well done there for top damage. It was funny about we both laughed when Danny went, okay, time for mind games. You know, because it was him, the 1-on-2, how's he going to do it? And luckily he had the HP to do it. Senya as well stepping up for Ding again. So
yeah,
I
he's
think
been actually been playing well now.
settled in, yeah.
But yeah, Danny could have played that a little bit better though. I mean, there's a lot of like when they were all so low. Like I think he kind of waited too long to go in because
Should have killed Mary earlier. He didn't go in and
the
do
thing
that.
is, when you're full HP like that, you can afford to take 1 or 2 shots.
Mhm.
He would have reloaded in time. And if he positions himself further forward with his HP that he still had at the moment, then he would be able to kill Mary and quickly kill Senya as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If he is further positioned, like this is positioning game, right? And almost everything in World of Tanks is position. Danny stayed too far back, which allowed Senya to go around the corner. If Danny uses his HP, takes the damage from Meritorious while Koreans and Alpha are fighting,
Yeah.
Latencer's coming in as well. Latencer will have a much easier time because Mary won't be looking at him. Nobody will be looking at him. Then he kills Mary and he just pushes around the corner, kills Senya. He catches him. That's the thing. You want to be in a position where you can catch both players. Now he stayed too far back where he couldn't catch anything. Both guys just, you know, Senya just got around the corner and that almost lost him the round. So positioning is super important.
Yeah, it was super close. It was another round between these two teams that kind of come down really close. I mean, the first round did go to Ding. They did survive with all 7 tanks, but every single of those tanks had taken a lot of damage. Now look at this on the defense. That is
That's a Type 5.
holy what?
Holy guacamole.
Why would you use one of them?
because if he hits a bad shot, he hits him for 1.4. Even if he hits a heavy, even if he just hits the bad shot, he'll knock out 2 crew members and send them back to the garage almost. So
Rein Panzer coming out there for Senya.
yeah, you pick the Borsig because it's like just the tank that can just get to the hill so quickly, that gets there unpunished, it can play on it.
It's like
It has great HE ammunition as well, just like the RU-251, which allows you to farm bad shots.
Reminds me of the old school T50-2. Like zipping about the battlefield, and you can have a sniperish gun.
Flipping over all the
Flipping
time.
over easily, rolling over easily.
I know everything
I
about
think it was the
flipping over.
worst tank for actually rolling over when you turn quickly. Almost as bad as the 1C.
I don't want to talk about it.
You like rolls, Decky.
I flipped that tank in 200 battles like 15 to 20 times. I'm not happy about it.
Getting up the climb easy. Now we're following Storm across towards the hill that a lot of tanks pulling. You see everyone going to this area on random battles as well. Alpha sitting back behind him.
I actually like playing at the rock more because you can spot for yourself and shoot through the bushes and be unspotted. Ooh, this is aggressive from Ding. I wonder if they're going to push straight through.
Ding going hyper aggressive here. Old school. Who are they trying to focus into at the moment? They're taking a lot of damage for it. Karitz and Shockish being focused, but where's the return fire coming out from Ding? Karitz is getting farmed right now from Raven as well, just driving across the gun line. Storm getting a kill on Karitz. Ding, what are you guys doing right now? This is not Ding. Storm finally gets dropped in the Savage Squad, but I mean, trade for trade right now. Shockish is about to go down as well. Can he take out Zet or Alpha? They need to do something here, Daki.
Yeah, but Alpha managed to kill Shockish, so it's an even trade so far. Ilian's actually on reload, so Alpha might survive just a little bit longer because Ilian remains spotted at this time. He needs to get out, but Raven's in the backline. Latats are shooting from the side, and Ilian should be going down to hit for this as well. In the meantime, oh, he'll go down though. I think he's just about safe. Raven might still be able to pick him up though. He does, and this is actually going very well for Savage Squad.
Well, that was a bit of an unusual turn of events. Ding just YOLOing into...
It was not a bad play. It honestly was not a bad play.
I mean, they didn't necessarily have full information where Savage Squad was, though.
The thing is, they anticipated that Agorni in his Type 5 would be in 1-2 line, and he was. There was actually three tanks in the 1-2 line, so their push was. It was worth it, honestly.
It was worth it, but I mean, they still had the angles. I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's very hard to break something like this with the right positions, and I think everybody on Savage Squad kind of hit their shots because the first IS-7 Korea just got obliterated. Like, he didn't last more than 5 seconds. I think everybody just hit their shots.
Trying to get to where Mary is, it looked like, and got wrecked for it. Now, Agorni has moved up into potential easier to
I think
land
Mary
shots
is in
angle.
trouble.
Mary is going to start getting farmed here by Danny on one side, and he's going to have to go forward and get farmed on the other side. So yeah, Mary's going to go down for this. He doesn't have anywhere to run. He can get shots into Agorni, but look at this. Danny's just going to continue to get shots into the back of Mary, just reposition himself each time. There's no danger for anyone coming behind Danny or to the left of Danny, so it's easy position for him as he does take out Mary. Now Breakneck and Senya trying to take out Agorni here, but it's already way too late for Ding here. And this is going to be round 1 on Cliff going to Savage Squad. Yeah,
a very interesting lineup to say the least. Senya trying to do what he can, but that Borsig versus in Type 5 is not the easiest thing to do. They tried to go for the straight push because they anticipated tanks being on the 1-2 line. Savage Squad hit their shots though. They lost the IS-7 too quickly. They didn't even kill Alpha on time. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication because, I mean, Hulknik didn't go with him, I think. He didn't push over with him.
Yeah.
Alpha survives, which is a very bad thing. If Alpha dies, then they've lost all control over that side over there, and Ilian might actually survive. But if Alpha doesn't die like he did on a one-shot, then he keeps spotting, and then everybody's spotted all the time because Hulknik can't come around, Meritorious is stuck. So that one tank surviving really was a bane to the existence of Ding in that round.
It's something we've seen again here, though, from Savage Squad, is they really like to favour this double STRV setup for them. It seems to work really well when they can get it working in their favour.
Well, if you can keep your tanks alive for long enough for the STRVs to farm, it's always worth it. But that's usually the difficulty for a lot of teams, that they can't really use the STRV well enough because the tanks die too quickly. I think Raven must have done a tremendous amount of damage.
A lot of damage from that position.
Together with... I mean, I think Raven...
Nice shot there from Senya.
Yeah, Raven, Alpha, and I think Zet might have a decent amount of damage in this round.
Senya surviving up here on the hill. Nice connection there. It's Agorni that takes him out to blow him into the next map as Hulknik is just playing Spider-Man round the back of the mountain here.
And so
counting
is
the
Danny.
time, and Danny's just going to try and YOLO it. Brilliant move there from Danny. We'll be seeing that one in the top 5 highlights, I'm pretty sure.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Good.
Good
Coming
stuff,
back into it.
Good
Yeah.
stuff from Savage Squad there. Like we said, that I7 died so quickly. Koreans, they went for the straight push, which is good. I think Storm could have even survived a little bit longer if he went into, we have the ramp and then you have the pocket.
Yeah.
If he dropped into the pocket, he might have actually been able to survive just a little bit longer, but not that it mattered much because Koreans insta-died.
Yeah.
Alpha didn't die, which is I think that was a major issue for them. As I
3.7.
said, Raven, Alpha, and Zed. Hey, the 3 names I said. What a
Nice.
surprise.
Senya as well. Nice.
yeah.
And Borsig.
But Alpha really needed to die because he kept everybody spotted. That gave Savage Squad just free roam around the map. Alien might have survived. Maybe. And then they can actually do
Maybe.
something.
Yeah.
It would have been a 2-for-2 trade then.
True. True. So, like you said, Daki, all you need to do is win 5 in a row. There's 2 already. 2 down, 3 to go.
They have my blessing, so you know that's the motivation.
You may have jinxed something here, Daki. You may have jinxed something here.
We'll see though, because they have to attack now.
True. Teams are going to swap position now. Savage Squad's going to be on the attack. Ding on the defense. I mean, that's interesting because we've thought, well, everyone's like saying, oh, look, they just take bat chats all the time. And if anything was going to be a map where they would take all bat chats, it could be Cliff. But teams are still not doing that. They're
Well, we
still
saw
keeping
double
rotation.
SCRV,
Type 5 coming out,
5A,
yeah.
Type 5, with 3 bats.
So it goes to, I mean, you do sometimes see the same tanks
You can't
come
really
up,
make
but
7 bats work. If
The-
if the enemy team brings some sort of HP, then
you're up Poop Creek, yeah.
yeah, like if the enemy team brings some sort of HP against it, you have to penetrate all your shots, and even like it's almost impossible to in every situation penetrate everything with a bat shot. It's impossible. You can't ask that from any player.
Savage Squad, a little mix of tanks here, 5As, bat
And then
chat.
Ding picks 6 batches on the TVP anyways,
Yeah.
because why not,
Because
right?
that's pretty much the only other thing that teams are doing just now. You would take the bat chats and the TVP, the single TVP. Now, Ding are going to be on the blue side on the defense. Savage Squad going to be the red side on attack.
Thing- The thing is that Savage Squad needs to find these bats early on. We've seen Who Cares do something like this as well with 5As, and they pushed the 1-2 line. And we saw what happened to that. It got Ding just took distance. They took the hill. They waited. They kept waiting. And at one point, Who Cares had to drive forward 5As and go wreck from all angles. The thing what Savage Squad
Bonnie
needs to do is they
spotted
need to
already.
close the distance. No matter how much HP it's going to cost them, they need to close the distance. Like if they spot all these tanks in 1-2, technically they should just group it up with everybody, go straight YOLO it.
Now, there you go. 3 tanks from Ding are spotted already. What's Savage Squad going to do to react to this? Looks like he tried to get the focus on Agoni, but he repositioned himself well. Has to be careful that Mary can get shots into him. Mary and Alpha trading. Initially, shots missed at the moment. Hognick taking damage, and Ding and Agoni and Zet taking damage on Savage Squad. Now the backtracks are starting to clip out at the moment. Senya having to back off, taking a lot of damage. Mary taking some damage out. Hognick taking another shot. So trade kind of going in favour of Savage Squad here just now, Daki.
Especially because Agorni is kind of in the middle of nowhere, trading with Meritorious for now. He's going to die rather quickly, though, I imagine. I don't really like Ding's position right now. Last time they went full for the hill when they saw a lineup like this, and I think it's better because now they're kind of just going to get pushed by these 5As at one point. When the 5As are going to close the distance, they're going to start playing hold down against bots, and then the bot shot doesn't really do much.
Mary just missed 2 shots there onto a 5A that he should have connected with. Now Danny is taking a lot of damage in his 5A. Looks like he's been the brunt of the charge here, taking all the damage. Alpha taking a lot of damage as well. Ding, they're still holding on with all their HP, so it's starting to come back in Ding's favour now with HP.
It is slightly coming back into Ding's favor, but these 5As, they can quickly diminish that HP advantage that Ding has right now, because those guns hit for 490. All that Savage Squad has to do is still, I think that 1-2 line is the key factor, because there's a lot of bad shots stuck there. Senya and Elian both stuck in that position.
And look at the trades going here now. Ding still surviving on roughly about 1,000 HP more than Savage Squad. But here we go. Shots coming out again. It is going to be Shockish facing off against Latenza. Both have 2 shots. They can easily take each other out here. Who gets that first shot in? Savage Squad looking ropey here, but Storm still has all his HP that he can trade with, Daki.
Yeah, Storm really needs to make a play, though. I almost think like he needs to... Oh, he should have pushed down 1-2 line when he could. Ooh, Shockish. He wins the trade. versus
Shockish winning the
Latenza.
trade, yep. Shockish winning the trade and reloading. So first blood going to Ding. Savage Squad have lost a tank. Now Storm's starting to take a little bit of damage, and they're pushing round as well on the other side, Daki. Both of those 5As going right into the guns of Ding. They're trying to focus into Breakneck, it looks like, but they've just lost 2 tanks in quick succession. Zet's gone down, so is Raven as well. Meritorious getting a kill on Danny. In return, Storm has dropped Senya, but this looks like Ding are going to take this one, Daki. They've managed to weather the storm.
They have indeed, and I think Savage Squad just wasn't aggressive enough for that lineup they had. I still stand by. I think they should have just grouped up everything, went 1-2 line. Meritorious was going to do, maybe was indeed going to do 5 shots, but you leave like 1 or 2 bats behind, or a bat and the TVP behind to cover the crossing. Latencer comes from one side to block off Shockish, for example, and then they just straight up YOLO it. Dink maybe counter push towards the middle, but it would cost them so much HP. Now Ding could just rotate freely around the map, and they did, and they just chipped away slowly at the HP of Savage Squad.
Again, another close round between these two teams. So nice shot there from Mary, being able to get one out and not take any from in return. Breakneck looks like he's just wanting to perhaps YOLO in here. Agorni only got 3 shots. Breakneck, very nicely done, picking up the kill. Alpha in return, though, picks up a kill on Breakneck, but that's everyone know where Alpha is. He has only 117 health and 3 shots left in his bat chat, and well, it doesn't look good for him because Hulkneck is just going to... Well, Kreitz is actually going to pick up the kill. Hulkneck's not going to get there. So, Ding right back into this one. 1-for-1 trade on Cliff. 4-2, Ding in the lead.
I think it was my prediction.
Productions is actually in the lead right now. Productions is looking safest. They were 5-2. 5-2 Ding.
Well, you know, let them have their fun. But yeah, I really think the Savage Squad lineup with 5As, you really want to catch those bad shots. If you let those bad shots come around from all angles and let you be separated like they were now, like sometimes here, sometimes there, you need to make a concisive push. You really need to make that ball of death. Like, because the 3 5As pretty much kill a single, well, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't kill it fully. I know Twitch job, but it puts it on 300
blah,
HP.
blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah,
it pretty much
chat.
puts it on 300 HP, right? Well, 330 if we're being technically correct. Am I counting right? Yeah, I think I'm counting right. 490. Yeah, I am counting right. Just making sure. I'm great at math, I'm
Maths
sure.
with Daki, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in every Thursday.
Am I counting it? Wait, how much did I say?
You said, what, 330? I wasn't listening, to be honest. I switch
I
off.
wasn't, yeah.
Once you talk for so long, I switch off and I'm thinking of something else.
No, I was right. 1.2, 270.
Chat's going to tear you to pieces.
I was
now,
right.
Daki.
I was right.
Runeberg, Daki. We're going into Runeberg.
Yeah. No, I was right. I'm just making sure because, you know, I know how much Twitch chat hates bad math.
Yeah. Twitch chat hates everything, to be honest.
They hate you.
Give some Bible thumps, please, in Twitch chat. Thank you very much.
But yeah, that was the mistake for them. I think they needed to do that. Runeberg, depends on who's defending and attacking first, honestly. I think Ding's defending first. I don't believe in Savage Squad on this map.
Dinger on the
so
defense
hard.
first, yeah, from the spawn.
It's so hard to make this work. Again, they need to bring out something aggressive and well coordinated to really surprise the defender. So let's see, T100 light tank, okay.
Fosh.
B, double I7, mouse, 2 bats.
T100, okay, interesting. Could potentially have something working here, Savage Squad.
Well, the T100, the one thing it can do is spot the tanks coming down 0 line before they spot him, but he doesn't really do much against them. He can only keep them spotted, so I want to see how that works out for them, because we've seen Ding, they just push 0 line with 113s, and they keep pushing now. This T100 needs to spot those guys.
Team YOLO.
Yeah, so the T100 needs to spot those guys, and maybe they put the Fog B in like K5, K6, K7, where you can shoot as well, but it's going to be very hard shots, and these bats really need to remove at least one 113 without losing anything.
How many spots Breakneck here can get for his team and give them lots of vital information. Then we'll see probably Kreitz rotate back down from where he is up the top of the map because he realises he's not needed over there. Alien coming up slowly. Breakneck spots out Zet. Latenza misses his shot into Zet. Try and get one into Latenza. Senya wants to peek out as well and try and get shots. He is bouncing 2 already. Very lucky there. He knows somebody's directly ahead of him.
That's
Breakneck has taken a little bit of damage though in his position. And there, as we expected, is Kreitz moving back in with his team.
Yeah, but they are they going to push 0 line? That is the question. For now, they're just holding. The T100 is already in position. We saw how hard it is for him to make those connections, though. It is really hard to play that tank very well, even in randoms, because the low penetration on both ammunition types and the AP being super slow.
And he has to be careful because if Alien goes too far, he'll get farmed by Alpha. So he's taken one shot already and he knows he can tell his teammates, guys, Foch is covering the middle road, be careful. Mary pushing down into Agorni. He deflected one, gets shot in the side, however, by it looks like Storm connecting into him. Mary's just going to push Agorni from this area. But look at the cap circle. They were at 9 seconds, back up to 20 seconds. Reset coming in there. Shock is connecting into Storm. Now, Hawknick is going to push forward in his Foch. Try and get some shots in as well. Alien is now getting farmed. He's lost his gunner. Well, this is all in from Ding here, Daki. They're going to try and push out into everyone. Shockey's just going to get fired into the side. Can they do this?
No, they cannot. I mean, they're going to lose these tanks on the cap because Hooknick's pushing forward. Shockey removes Latencer in his bot. Goodbye. See you later. Storm, the next one to go. And this all-in cap strategies, they very rarely work, and it's not going to work today either.
Karit's there, trying to get shot into Raven. Alien continues to push. He's managed to get across the road. Raven getting punished for being in that position as Hulknick picks up the kill. Karit's just bouncing shots like a boss right now. Now they're going to turn their attention onto Danny. Alpha is left in the town on his own, running in. He's going to come off reload, might be able to get a clip out before he goes down. Danny connecting in there with Senya. Senya playing brilliant for his team, really fitting into Ding this week compared to last week. It was a bit of a rough time for him.
Yeah, he's doing much better now, and Alpha, I think, can be singing all by myself on TeamSpeak because nobody's going to help him out in this one. He might have a lot of HP in that Fogby, he might be able to do something, but with 6 tanks left standing for Ding, doesn't matter what he does because he's going to go down one way or another.
Breakneck running around behind him. Breakneck driving out in front of him. This is very bold, but he goes down. Breakneck picking up the double kill at the same time as the mouse fell as well. And there we have it. Ding taking this first match of the day 5-2.
Yeah, strong win. Strong win from them, 5-2. Our predictions suck.
Mine was close.
Close is still not right.
5-3 Ding is closer than 5-3 Savage Squad.
I was just being a homie, okay?
What?
A homie.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Nothing? I'm not saying anything.
I'm being supportive. I'm so glad I put Alpha in my team, honestly. He did pick up a lot of damage.
Did do well. I mean, some folk like Danny, usually you can rely on Danny to kind of do damage. Mertorius, Mr. Reliable, this season coming in again. Shockish as well, coming in, Mr. Reliable. Hulkneck always coming in there as well. So 3 kind of guys you can count on. Breakneck, however, though, is not the damage carry you would expect so far.
Yeah, that all-in cap strategy, though, with 3 bats hardly ever works, especially with a Type 5. The Shockish one, such a high structured tank, can really see easily, and because the cap is like you have like a little hold down area on the bottom side, so Alien can reset, but he cannot because the Fog B is there. But Shockish is such a high tank that he can shoot quite easily into that IS-7, and then he also removed the bat shot. So that cap really doesn't work because Meritorious has one angle. As soon as those bat shots get spotted, either Meritorious gets the reset or Shockish just peeks with his Type 5, gets the other reset, and their Fog B was right there as well. And then they had like 2 tanks stuck on the 5 line, Alpha in the middle road. It's just like, you know, doesn't really work out.
I mean, excluding the kills here, it was fairly balanced between the teams. A bit more damage blocked. But wait a minute. I was going to say, that's a bit confusing because the damage blocked on the blue side is higher up, but the number's lower. Yeah. Okay, anyway, that. We're testing new stuff, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
couldn't see anything. For me, it just looked grey.
It just looked grey. You colorblind, Daki. That explains the double blue shirt last week. The blue shirt and the blue jacket. Wow, wee.
You're wearing black because it feels like a funeral sitting next to you.
Yeah. It's the death of your jokes, Daki. It's, you know, it's
My humor is the highlight.
Digging yourself a hole right now.
It's the highlight of your evening.
Your humor, your face is the highlight of my evening, Daki.
We should record our rehearsals and put them online. They would be a hit.
If we, well, we'd get in so much trouble. We'd have to go through the board of classifications, and we'd have to wake up Mojo as well. Is he still asleep? Yeah, okay.
He's
Still
all
sleeping.
right.
That's why there's been no messages popping up. Like Daki last week, sending us messages, no messages from Mojo.
Hey, my messages were great.
Feels bad,
okay?
man. Feels bad. I thought Mojo would have been sending us some nice
My
encouraging messages.
my messages were great. Honestly.
Debatable. Why don't we have a little chat with Hulknick, Daki? Because I'm sure he's really happy with that result.
Well, I mean, it's Ding.
We'll see how happy he looks.
I don't know how happy he is going to be. They're always quite calm.
Look at that lovely hairstyle. You've had a haircut, Hulknick, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done it yesterday. I did it.
Hey, it looks like a wave. I'll be the shark, you be the wave.
Wow. Okay, Hulknick, lovely win there, 5-2. Feeling confident after that one?
Not actually. It's like, for example, me, at least me, I was playing really like relaxed, and I don't know. I just played really badly this game.
I mean, compared to your match against Who Cares, it did seem like you took some lessons from it, like some adaptations towards what they did. Like, because in essence, what Savage Squad did on Himmelsdorf was kind of similar to what Who Cares did, and
Yeah.
you seemed like more prepared than last week, at least, to what they were doing.
Yeah, like when we saw the setup, like it was like, okay, it's gonna be like easy base push. Okay, like so, like we already knew that what they're gonna do with this setup.
On Cliff, when you guys did a bit of a push through the middle, that didn't quite go as expected. What was the plan there?
Like I7 push davai, and then Bats push davai.
Because Daki was pointing out how you didn't follow the rest of the team.
Because it was already like
I'm hearing
like
excuses.
first plan like should be like that I7 push and then we push, but in this situation like it was useless to push because there's like no one was there from their team, only one but and it was difficult to kill him, so like I decided not to push because we could lost a lot of HP, so, and we did lost a lot of HP, so
Okay.
yeah.
Now your remaining matches this weekend, you're one of the teams playing 3 matches. You're playing against Oops tomorrow, and then you're going to play against Isuba on Sunday. How do you think those matches are going to go?
I don't know actually. Like we always had some like really difficult matches against Oops, always, and I think this one won't be an exception. And Isuba, I don't know. It's a Suba. They can always show some good strats, so like and surprise us.
I have only one more question, Hulk. Senya, last week, let's just say it wasn't his greatest performance whatsoever compared to how he played on CIS. But today he played a lot better than last week. What do you think is the difference?
I don't know. We didn't discuss it in the team. Like maybe sometimes, like as always, bad days, good days. Like me today, I had a bad day. I was sleeping before the league, yeah, so maybe that's the reason.
Give your team speak as well.
Yeah. Say hi to Shokish.
Yeah, say hi to everyone in team speak for us. Okay, thanks very much for your time, Hulknick, and maybe we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. Hope so. See ya.
See you later.
I don't know, man. Maybe I want to talk to Oops. You don't ask me about my feelings.
Oh.
Maybe I want to talk to Oops
Hey,
tomorrow.
That's why I said maybe we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You're implying.
Hey, Oops are playing really strong, and like Hulknick said, it's always difficult matches with them. So,
Well, that's for tomorrow, though.
I thought he was going to say no exception, but he said, it's going to be no, so it's the same. I thought it's going to be no different, or it's not going to be different this time, but well, it's the same.
So not the worst showing from Savage Squad, but let's see how they do in their future matches, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how Kazna are about to do against Who Cares. Kazna, they have still the strong team.
They're on the struggle bus.
They just need to kind of sync up together, and I think they can.
They're
come
on
back
the
into it.
struggle bus, and the bus seems to have some engine problems.
We'll see. So we're going to have a short break. We'll be right back with Kazna versus Who Cares, which will be our second match of the evening. Ding has already defeated Savage Squad 5-2. Please don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the European Wargaming.net League Extended Season. For those just joining, my name's Hector, joined here by Big Daddy de Killzor. And we've got another match to go.
Little.
Little Daddy de Killzor.
Whoa,
Or Big Daddy Little de Killzor.
I wouldn't go that far.
How-
I mean, I like
You
in the
prefer
last
people to call you Little?
in the last. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It makes me feel amazing. I'm from a great country, the greatest country.
Okay. Do you know a guy? Do you know people?
Huh?
I thought you were sounding a bit like a president.
No.
Never mind.
No.
Moving swiftly on. Kazna Kru and who
No,
cares?
Swift was last season, dude. They're not here anymore.
Swift, oh, wow, you're going to make me rage quit with this kind of jokes. That
Ah,
please
who
don't do it.
cares?
Just don't do it. Ding. Okay, now
Oops.
let's get back into this.
Are you okay?
Ah, God, Daki, you and your jokes, you always take me to Utopia. Right. Map picks, let's listen into them, Daki. You can think about something to say there. You're going through the teams in your head, I know.
No, I think you're just really going hard right now.
Oh, wow. You and your jokes,
That's
Daki.
it.
Such a legend, such a legend. Right.
No, that doesn't count.
Runeberg. Who cares taking away Runeberg here?
Okay, that's not such a map where you can play like super aggressive on. I mean, you can, right? You can go straight down middle, try to catch somebody off, but just doesn't really work most of the time, right? Himmelsdorf being removed from Kazna Kru, they saw what happened against Ding, I guess, and they're like, nah, we're not
Too
gonna have
dangerous.
anything.
Yeah.
Plus, Kazna Kru's Himmelsdorf, I don't know, never been really impressed with it. Mines coming out, who cares? Actually had a great showing on Mines, if you remember, against Ding. Yes, Ding made some crucial mistakes that helped them, but they won it in the end of the day. That's really the only thing that matters. They picked up. I
Who
think-
cares did really strong in their attacking round
Yeah,
as
they
well.
won both rounds with
Yeah,
Himmels.
yeah, yeah.
So
Their
like
attacking was
they
super
were
strong.
good on mines. If they can replicate this against Kazna Kru, it might actually work. Morovanka coming out from Kazna Kru. They were a very good team on Morovanka when Stefan was still in the team. They were absolutely disastrous. Absolutely disastrous against Savage Squad. I mean, that's the only
They got beat
that-
3 times on it.
that
yeah.
was the only word I could use for that performance on Morovanka, because it was just not good enough from a team with that kind of caliber. The strategy seemed very one-dimensional.
Mhm.
They got caught off guard very easily, even by Savage Squad, who did the right things, right?
City map. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Prokhorovka, Cliff
Sand
going
River,
off.
Ghost Town,
Prokhorovka,
okay.
they're afraid they might all be around the corner. Cliff, who cares? They're not
Well,
play that well on Cliff.
Prokhorovka, Kazna Kru have had a bad history sometimes on it, but they've also had some really strong wins. Like they annihilated Savage Squad on it. So, I mean, it's not necessarily a
Yeah,
bogey map
but
for them.
Savage Squad and Prokhorovka, how
And
much do you take away from that?
Sand River, they did good. I mean, this team. The
I'm
team
glad
name,
with Sand River. I'm
the-
glad with Sand
The
River.
team name of Who Cares is brilliant because it's like, who's defending? Who cares? It's like, come on.
Sand River is a good map for Kazna Kru so far.
Yeah, yeah, they've played well on it.
The only thing you can blame them on is when they got quick out by Savage Squad, which really should never happen. But
And for Ghost Town, they know how to play it, so it's not necessarily being a bad map for them, and they know
who
what they're
cares? It
doing
was
on it.
decent on Ghost Town as well, though, against Ding. So I mean, at least on their attack, it was pretty good, quick rotations and such. All in all, this is a good map pool for both these teams.
Tiebreaker, Ghost Town again, so right back into it.
The thing is, if Who Cares plays like they played against Ding, this will go to tiebreaker at very least. So
Can you remember your predictions?
I think I said 5-3 for Kazna.
Okay. Whoa, production!
I think production might be a little bit biased.
A little bit too hyper from the last one.
A little bit biased.
A little bit Polish biased, maybe, yeah. Just
Yeah.
maybe, ever so slightly. Whoa! Right,
Listen,
here we go. Remember this right now. Screenshot it, clip it.
Listen, there's only 2 rules in life. 1, the casters are always right. 2, even if the casters are not always right,
Almost, yeah.
Rule-
yeah.
even if the casters are not almost right,
See,
rule 1
number
stands.
1. Yep, rule number 1. Yep. Yep. Unless it's me making predictions for matches, then that doesn't apply.
Thinking.
Thinking. Okay, now Who Cares are going to start off on the attack. We've seen them do a really aggressive attack,
very
8 line.
good. They were very good
nicely
against
done.
it on against Ding. Obviously, there's mines is like kind of you either push 1-2 line or you either push 8-9 line. It all depends on the information you got, like where the tanks are, where the bat shots are located. Because if there's of T100 and like a Baton 1-2, it's hard to push it out. If there's a bad shot and like a mouse on 8 line, it's hard to push it out. Really depends on like the small individual distribution of tanks.
And we've seen Kazna Kru with Yzny on artillery playing fantastic on this map as well. So
Honestly, that
are we gonna see
artillery hasn't really worked out. What I'd say, I mean, against Savage Squad, he really didn't do that much either. They pushed the hill.
Yzny was one of the top point scorers last week. So
Yeah, but I'm just talking about Artie in general when he played it on mines. Like one time he got countered, and the next time when they played against Savage Squad pushed the hill, and I think he did like 2k damage at best.
okay, he's coming with a Type 5 heavy this time. Sheridan, Lucky Blast. It's a bold one there. Was that double Sheridan? Whoa. Did I see that right? No, that's not right. Okay, there's no Sheridan being used. Okay, never mind that. Right, it did definitely show double Sheridan there, so no Sheridan being used.
Yeah, the lineups are, don't pay attention to it. Both teams are going to go for the hill though, so they're going to be fighting. Let's see how this works out for both Kazna Kru and who cares.
Oh, it's going to be an old-fashioned brawl here. Call Me Pure gets rammed. That's a really great tactic because there's a lighter tank. Batchat's going to come off reload. Focus fire is going to be super important here. Who can he take down? Sente, Gremic, Andre, Lucky Blast, all here. Dare's cut out on his own. He's having to go down the other side, actually, to get away from this. Haiba, Nexus up there as well. They're continuing the fight here. Who cares? Are having to scramble their tanks away. Senti's being focused at the moment, so is Gremic. They can't get away at the moment. Dares is taking a little bit of damage. He did stay up there. He didn't back off. He can get shot, and Gremic might get a killing blow. Nexus getting a killing blow here. So first blood going to Kazna Kru, and who cares? Are scrambling here for position, Daki.
The thing is, all of Kazna Kru's tanks went onto the hill, while the tanks from Who Cares, they just had bad shots. And then they had nothing else to back it off. Nexus did take a lot of damage for this, but Gremic should have dropped off when he could, and he didn't, and that's a big mistake.
Oh, huge ricochet come off the front of Andre there, able to survive just a little bit longer. I mean, he still has a lot of HP, but that was a shot that he could have taken. It didn't need to.
The thing is now that this is really bad for Who Cares. They have an HP advantage, right? But Santi is a one-shot, Gremic is down, and all of the HP really is on these two mouses of Halu and Pashka. So they will have to push first onto the hill, but then the crossfire from Kazna Kru should come into full effect. They have so many tanks on the hill, there should be no way for them to really give up this round unless some big individual mistakes happen.
That's a great one-on-one play there with Yzny and Halu there. Yzny able to bounce a shot from Halu's mouse, but connect one back. Yzny has taken a bit of damage as well, also on his tank. Call Me Piotr now taking a shot on his T100, but he's still surviving at the moment. Lucky Blast has been focused. Andre coming around trying to get shots into Diplomat. Can Diplomat get around the corner? Looks like he will survive just for now. Yzny can still get shot as well, but they're not connecting with him right now. Yzny's getting his shots connecting.
Yeah, Andre only has one crew member left as well and only one shot in the chamber. I don't know if he should be wasting them right here, but in the meantime, the tanks from Who Cares are starting to push up on the hill, these two mouses. But look at the damage they're taking from the crossfire from Kazna Kru.
Yzny is on an absolute damage farm here. Halu has dropped Nexus, so they've lost one of their main damage dealers here. But look at this, Yzny's in a perfect position just to continue to chip away at the HP. He'll have a monumental amount of damage here. Haiba able to peek around the corner as it's Pure the King is shooting back at him. Halu's now having to back off. He's down to 738. That's a massive amount of HP he's lost in his mouse.
Yeah, this is not going good for Who Cares whatsoever. I mean, Pure the King is in a position where he can't really back off, and he has most of the HP for his team. Andre is on a reload, has only one crew member left alive, and Lucky Blast is taking a lot of damage from the crossing. So far, so good. Kazna Kru just extending that lead slowly but surely. Lucky Blast now going to be going towards the 1-2 line. But with Yzny in that position and him being a one-shot, I don't think he'll be able to get through that one. He might even die towards Yzny.
We didn't even have time, Daki, to talk about the lineup here from Kazna Kru. So they're pretty much going for what they had last season. Call Me Piotr coming in more or less to replace Stefan. So no Vala in the lineup, no Algo in the lineup.
Yeah, surprising that Algo's not playing. We're going to have to ask them about that one if they get them on an interview.
It looked like he was being brought in as one of the, almost a direct replacement from Stefan. Maybe it's tactics, maybe it's dependent on the maps they're playing. Yzny taking a bit of damage there, and he's 1-3. Double a bit of damage there, and he's 1-1-3. He has to be careful now. There's still a lot to be done here from Kazna Kru. It's not over and done yet. Nice little peek from Pure the King. Tracked Yzny, but he was able to take 3 shots. There's Haiba drops down Pashka Pizza, so it's really nicely played there from Haiba.
Yeah, Lucky Blast still on the island. Needs to be careful because Diplomat's waiting there, and Yzny picks it up. Yzny in a very crucial position, surviving very long, doing very well for his team. And now with 4 tanks left standing for Who Cares versus the 6 from Kazna Kru, there is just no way that they're going to dig through this defense. And they still have Pure the King with most of the HP for the team, well, together with Andre, in a position locked down where he can't really run away or it'll take him a long time. And honestly, going for the hill against that lineup from Kazna Kru, it was risky. I think the counter push would have almost been better.
It's very bold. I mean, this situation now, Kazna Kru on the defense, if the clock runs down to 0, it's a win for Kazna Kru. Who cares need to either kill everyone in Kazna Kru or cap base 1 or base 2. They don't have an angle on either of them right now. Base 1 is impossible to go near, and base 2 is easily covered by Kazna Kru. Andre taking another shot there as he tried to peek over the line. We can actually see the module, see if we can see him now from this side. So he has not got a commander, he doesn't have a gunner, so he just has a driver doing everything in that tank right now.
Half the game. Half the game he's had 1 crew member, which is terrible.
So without the tank commander as well, he doesn't have 6th sense, so when he's peeking, it's very, very dangerous for him to do so because he has no idea when he's spotted. And look at this diplomat just waiting for him to roll backwards.
Yeah, this is already over with 3 tanks now. Constanti went down to Piotr. There's no way for who cares. I think they made a few small mistakes that if they did things better would have worked out. Andre in the meantime dying to Diplomat as well. With 2 tanks outstanding, it's a strong win from Kazna though.
Yep, that's a very good showing. It's exactly what they needed to do. EDMO on their tanks, it means let's go, and let's go indeed. Kazna Kru, Yizne just baiting out a shot. There's Hyper comes round, picking up a double kill there on Halu. Yizne going to rush in there, wants to get a bit of damage to Pure Decay. He does get a kill, double kill from Yizne, and he must have done a truck ton, an absolute huge amount of damage in this round from his position.
There's a few mistakes there, I'd say, from who cares. First of all, there's when Dur splits off, one guy should have just pushed him off. You send one guy to push him off.
He looked like he was gonna, and he stopped, I think, on the edge and came back up.
Should have put one guy to push him off, and then the thing is, if Kazna Kru has such a quick lineup, you can decide one of 2 things. You either chase those bad shots from Kazna Kru that come up the hill and kill them, and you make the trade. And you decide that I'm okay with trading, but the other tanks, I need to play super aggressive in the middle in the meantime. The other tanks need to play super aggressive in the middle in the meantime because they had those 2 mouses. So if they do that, they need to go for the bats, go for the trade. But now they're like kind of in between. They're like driving around the hill, not sure what they want to do. In the meantime, Kazna Kru's Chinese heavies are driving up. Either they commit onto those bad shots and they kill them, and they trade, probably losing most of their bad shots, and push in the middle at the same time, or they just drop off. Because now some of them dropped off almost instantly, and then Gramek's like...
Yeah, you've seen it. I think it's miscommunication. We've seen it sometimes before where like bat chats have ran up there, they've been overmatched, and one team's just gone, okay, no one's reloaded, we're off here. You know?
Because they weren't, like, they didn't seem to be sure of what they wanted to do. If they wanted to fight, then they fight. But now Gramek was like driving towards the corner to try and take the fight, and then everybody else is dropping off. And then he has to turn around, but obviously somebody's going to have to pay the price, right?
Yeah.
And after that, it's already over. I mean, that's one of the options, or they just wait for the counter push. Like they wait for Kazna Kru to drive up on the hill, and the exact moment Kazna Kru drives up on the hill, they push over. We've seen teams do it, and you catch those Chinese heavies, you kill those Chinese heavies quickly. And if your mouses are on, the thing is, these mouses is the real issue in this for them, because they're never on time for anything. They're not on time to shoot the hill, they're not on time to push over. So you kind of have to wait for the counter push.
Yeah, they're more used for the later game. In this start fight, they weren't really contributing much at all. So team is going to swap sides now. Who cares going to be on defense? Kazna Kru now going to be on attack. Be interesting to see what Kazna Kru bring out here. Be interesting to see if they bring artillery. Be interesting to see if they change out any of their team members as well.
We'll find out about that. I don't know. I like I said, I have not been a fan of their RD on attack. I don't think it does that much. I think he hasn't. I think none of the RDs so far really on attack have proven to be super useful. They do a decent amount of damage, but they can't kill anything. We haven't seen them kill anything.
Can't kill boats.
I mean, you can kill boats if you're lucky, sometimes, but. Like the thing is, it doesn't kill anything. It just does a lot of chip. It does some chip damage here, does some chip damage there. But then on an overall effect, for that RD to even out the cost of bringing it, it needs to remove a tank, or it really needs to do a truck ton of damage, making like 2 guys low HP. If it doesn't kill anything, it doesn't work.
So Algo looks like to have been swapped out for, I think, Vetso here. Okay, so they are still rotating team members here.
Yeah, Vetso's out, Algo's in, Algo be playing a 113, let's find out. Kazna Kru going for the hill. Who cares going for the hill? It's going to be the old-fashioned brawl in the middle, part 2, with Kazna Kru and both Who Cares going straight at it.
Dares and Nexus going to be the only 2 tanks from their team going up, but they're going to face off against 3 Batchats. Dares actually stops, bit of a bold move there. Can actually hold the tanks up so his teammates can get shots, because Call Me Pure, they've blocked off Andre. That is actually a really sneaky move here from Kazna Kru, but look at this. Pure the King and Halu are going to try and come up behind them. Where can Dares and Nexus go? Can he get away from this safely, Daki? Pure the King is just driving out in front of everyone. Diplomat's now going to step up as well. Algo's going to want to get some shots, and this is a really bad start here for Who Cares. They've lost Grimmick and his Batchat already. Nexus has been dropped for Kazna Kru, so it's Batchat for Batchat, but look at the damage going out to Who Cares right now.
Yeah, but so far, so good for Kazna Kru, though. They did the initial damage. Unlike Who Cares, they really did a lot on those Batchats going up, and now they're pushing over because the hill is still, they just won it, and now Santi's left alone.
This is absolutely brutal. This is the old school Kazna Kru taking no prisoners here. They are taking it right to Who Cares. You can see the surround here now onto the to Senti getting taken out here. Kazna Kru still with 5 guns in the game. Algo still surviving, 135. He can still get shots off. Howl's now backing off for Who Cares. They're down to 3 tanks now against 5. Hyba can just roll in his mouse. 3,000 HP, trade that happily. Yizny can go in his 5A, trade that happily. And this is easily going to be Kazna Kru taking both rounds here on mines and a very strong start.
Yeah, Kazna Kru, I guess, realizing that Who Cares is that kind of team that just wants to fight and anticipating it, preparing for it as well, and they've done very well. And you might be like, hey, Kazna Kru won with this attack, how with this defense, how does Who Cares not win? There's a few slight differences in this defense between the two. Halu takes some dropping damage. I mean, yeah, Who Cares try it, but against the lineup from Kazna Kru, it's a little bit different.
Oh, I thought Hypo was going to go all the way there. Andre, last person alive for his team. It's time for his team to talk and actually discuss what went wrong there.
A lot of things went wrong there. There's going to be a long list.
A long time. He's got to go and hide for a long period of time here. It's like, guys, okay, before we go into the next map, let's talk about what we did wrong.
The big difference here between both Who Cares and Kazna Kru is, for one, Kazna Kru only had 1 mouse on there. Kazna Kru only has 1 mouse, where Who Cares had 2 mouses. Kazna Kru has a TVP, where Who Cares had another bat, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had 3 bats, where Kazna Kru only had 2.
There was three bats on 2 at the start, but Kazna did that really awesome move of stopping one so that their teammates behind could shoot.
That's the thing as well, right? First of all, the blocking was better from Kazna.
Beautiful.
The blocking was better, but Kazna Kru also had a T100 on their defense, which took the hill quicker. It didn't take any damage for that. So there's a lot of differences here. Andre flipping out on the high bar.
A little damage farm before he goes down. Kazna Kru are going to cap out though. Algo picking up the kill at the end there. 2-0 to Kazna Kru and a fantastic start. Exactly what they needed.
That's the difference, right? First of all, they had 1 more Chinese heavy over Who Cares. They had a TVP over a bat, so the TVP does a full clip.
He got his clip out straight away.
That's a full clip. Yeah. That's 1,280 damage. Yeah. He got that out straight away, right?
There you go. That's why you put the boy in your team.
Yeah. Algo did very well there, Yizn as well. But the thing is, all the Chinese heavies got a shot off, which is what Who Cares didn't. Hyba, I think, stood in the base, or at least got a shot out as well. The TVP is a full clip, where when Kazna Kru did the same move, they hardly paid anything. They got up the hill for free, pretty much. And then the Chinese heavies from Kazna that drove up also did it for free. Well, Who Cares paid not once, twice, but triple what Kazna Kru paid. That's the difference. And then Kazna Kru did not sit around and wait. They did not have those 2 mouses. They just pushed the middle. So when the Chinese heavies are trying to clear up the hill, Kazna Kru just pushes over the middle, kills the Chinese heavy and the E4 that's left.
Can you remember what the second map is? Muravanka? Okay. Was that picked by Who Cares? I thought that was banned, personally.
I thought it was banned.
That's what I thought as well.
I thought it showed that it was banned.
I thought Kazna Kru weren't playing on it, because you said how Kazna Kru got wrecked on it. Okay, I can't remember the map order. There seems to be... Okay, so we're not sure. We'll need to get an update on that for the map picks then, because we are thinking something else. Right, so Muravanka coming out. Kazna Kru getting dismantled on it 3 times last week by Savage Squad.
They were disastrous on it.
It'll be interesting to see if they've learned from that. I'm pretty sure they would have watched those matches
that should have been a big learning experience for them.
I think a lot of the other teams have been watching as well, saying, okay, 2 STRVs, that's unusual, and they used it twice on the attack.
The thing is, the first round they didn't even have a spotter to control the other side. The second round they did, but still, the mouse was on the cap from Savage Squad just kind of wrecked that tactic.
Yeah, they just straight
They had
up
like the
bullied them.
M48 pattern that couldn't do much because there was an STRV constantly blocking him off.
Now there's one STRV I can see here already for
Double.
Savage Squad, so it looks like double coming out.
Double for who cares.
Who cares? My bad. And then
They have no mouses though.
Hisne can farm a lot of damage in his one for the attacking side of Kazna Kru.
Well, they moved away from the M48 pattern, which Isna was playing before. So there is that at the very least. Kazna Kru is attacking though, so it's a little bit different. Isna in the STRV on this one. Ooh, but look at who cares. They're not going. This team, I don't know. Like aggression
It's
is
old school YOLO. I mean, they
aggression
did
is the
this-
best defense, but like
yeah, a lot of players in this team did this in the past. This was their tactic, you know. It was the rage quit YOLO.
the thing is, aggression is a good defense, right? But sometimes like it just becomes too predictable. If you know a team's gonna push everywhere, you just wait for them to push and you rotate. That's the thing. You can't always go aggressive. If you do that, it becomes super predictable.
They are leading on with the two heavies there of, well, the triple heavy, the 5A Wolfpack here of Andre, Halu and Pure the King. Nexus and Dares are going to back off, got himself unspotted now and just get himself safe. And look at this, Kazna Kru kind of positioning himself to shoot at these tanks once they expose themselves.
Well, the thing is, Kazna Kru can just push onto the cap and push onto that corner. Who cares needs somebody in like K2 to block that off. You know, the corner where at F2 where you just push around the corner and sit there.
Yep.
But then if Kazna Kru just pushes 1-2 line with like 2-3 bats, pushes straight over, Pishka is the only guy that is in position to even defend them. So the 3 heavies should go onto the cap straight, and then the bat chat should follow up later when they're in position to take down Lucky Blast, because now
They
look
can
where
YOLO
Haiba...
Lucky Blast, yeah. This is what we saw last time. They can go in the cap here. Haiba's pushed all the way around, so he's like, guys, no one spotted me yet. Lucky Blast might not even see Haiba. He does see him now. So they know exactly where Lucky Blast is. They can start getting shots at him. Haiba can just play keep away. And then at what point are we going to see the bad shots? There's Dares already starting to set up his attack run. And Vetso coming in behind him, Nexus coming in beside him, and Lucky Blast is going to go down fairly quick here,
It's too
Daki.
slow. It's too slow from Kazna Kru, because right now, Gremic and Senti are already in position. You can see behind them in K2, K3 is support for Lucky Blast. Now, if the Kazna Kru would be pushing over right now, they'd be getting farmed by those tanks. Their reaction was kind of slow, actually, in essence. Those bats should have gone much quicker, and now Lucky Blast is just having a field day right now as Haiba's getting removed.
Haiba getting like wrecked here now. Vetso and Dares look like they're going to push into Lucky Blast. It's coming over now, so Dares takes one shot, but now he's going to get shots into Lucky Blast. Lucky Blast puts one into Vetso as Andre finally kills Haiba, so Kazna Kru have lost their first tank. Dares is getting a lot of shots, actually had Senti and Gremic covering him there, so Lucky Blast will survive slightly longer. Dares is now on the reload, Vetso pushing over, but why would he push over, Daki? I mean, he knew there was tanks there, it's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, but actually they did very well, and Andre just suiciding in his 5A gets removed as well, so the advantage that who cares has is now kind of gone. Pure the King needs to be careful as well. But with committing like this, the damage on towards Durs and Vetso was not significant enough. They needed to kill at least one, and they didn't.
Halu trying to sneak around here and cause hassle into Yizny, but Nexus can come over and deal with him. He's just about to come off reload, so Nexus is going to push him out of the way. Paskapiska getting swat at by Yizny. Big, huge ricochet going way up into the skies there. Common Piotr and Diplomat taking damage on the cap here. Paskapiska moves back off, but Nexus gets the kill on Halu, so that allows Yizny to continue to get his shots off in the STRV. But look at this. Paskapiska now drops Dares, so it's going back and forward here, Daki, all the time, but Kazna Kru just slightly edging out on top right now.
The thing is, who cares is making some bad individual mistakes or team coordination issues. Nice there from Kazna Kru, removing the house. Paskapiska needs to penetrate this last shot at the very least. Nice, actually, very nice onto Piotr. He should go down, he will go down by the hands of Diplomat, but like I don't even know how they got into this position. They had such a comfortable lead at one point, and then people dying. Andre, Halu, Lucky Blast just not getting enough support. Santi had 3 shots. I think he hit maybe 1 or 2. And then Gremic should have been able to help as well, and they didn't. And they should have killed Durs almost instantly when he came over like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before where the two Batchats come running down that one line and remove the tank that's covering. It happened last week. I can't remember which teams did it, but Kazna Kru a bit slow doing that. Vetso and Dares perhaps, I guess, worried that the... Who cares, perhaps maybe had more tanks on the EF line ready to shoot across, but they didn't. So the STRV was able to farm shots into Haiba, and Haiba really died for nothing there for Kazna Kru. It was unlucky for him.
Yeah, so I don't even know how Who Cares like really lost it. Andre just disappeared in like a second before we even saw him. Now I think the only option they have is like Pure the King into G1. and then to peek up from there and get the resets on towards Diplomat. But Senti is already spotted, and this will be Nexus winning this trade for sure.
Looks like the first hit was a critical hit, no damage, but now we can just farm him off here. Nexus taking no damage in return, so Senti not actually landing his shots. Pure Decaying peeked over, spotted, can see Diplomat. Cap timer now at 1 minute 8 seconds.
You know, that's the one thing that I only just paid attention to. I don't see #1 skills here. And I thought he was supposed to lead for them, I'm not sure. But he was playing in the last matches for them, and he's not here right now.
Okay.
I don't
and just
see him.
and actually just saying that about lineups as well. Algo's out again and back in as Vetso. So Kazna Kru, I don't know if it's maps or if it's vehicles that they're using to rotate the individual players for here. I mean, Algo just did top damage in the previous round, and now he's on a bench again.
Guess it depends on who has been training on what map, you know?
Maybe. I mean, if it's working for him, fine. But we talked about this before. It works okay now when we're playing offlines, but when it comes to LANs, sorry, it works now on onlines, but when it comes to LANs, you can't sub in and out a player for every single map. What you take on stage is there for the whole match.
Yeah, this is just the end of Who Cares. They should have had this round, but now Nexus with a triple kill and Pure the king on a one-shot.
Triple.
I don't know. Who Cares really should have had that round. They had the position. I think they went over-aggressive in the 4-5 line. They had no need to reset.
Nice, Isne.
Yeah, nice Isne. They had no need to really push that. They were doing just fine the way they were right now. All they needed to do was support Lucky Blast. That's it.
Question for you. Did you keep... I looked at your lineup earlier on. Did you keep Isne in it?
Yes.
Okay. I was confused by Mojo's because I think Mojo still had to do his, but Mojo only took 6 players and all of them were Ding players. So I think Mojo was just doing that so nobody could copy his picks until right before
Maybe
the
he's playing the money game.
The money game's a bold one. It's a bold
It
one.
can work. If he gets a lot of money from the Ding players, like, he can buy a better team next week.
True, true. Hisne, top damage, was a great position there to farm. STRV, Nexus right below him.
Thing is, I think I have like 3 Ding players and 3 Kazna players as well.
Actually, I remember I dropped Nexus because I felt he was too expensive, but I knew he'd do a lot of
I
damage
bought
this
Nexus.
week. I kind of regretted it now. I brought him in. I think I swapped him out for Insane maybe or somebody. Senti, Lucky Blast, so
But yeah,
been doing okay.
#1 skills is not is in the training room, but he's not playing. Okay.
Okay, so
I don't know.
interesting.
I thought he was leading for
It's
Rage Quit.
very hard to pick starting lineups just now. I mean, the teams are still kind of forming. Production. Was that really? Did they really say 5-0? No, they didn't. They said
didn't.
they totally said it was you
5-4.
liars.
5-4.
Everyone saw that. Yeah, they said 5-4.
for
Who cares? Wow. I told everyone to clip it. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Always.
Smells so good. That smell of what is that?
It's because I'm sitting next to you.
Is that you? Okay. Now, Kazna Kru are going to be on the defense now, and we are going to have Who Cares on the attack. How are Who Cares going to approach this one? What would you do to try and rattle Kazna Kru, Daki?
It's very hard to rattle a team that's 3-0 up, even if you win the first round. To really like win, you need to like win two rounds at least in a row to make them like feel unconfident. So they need to pick up this round. Double STRV, I7, T100, 5A, no mouses. So
Patton coming out for Nexus.
like yeah, Isna was playing that last time, but he's playing the STRV. I think he was playing Patton. Pretty sure he was playing Patton at least.
Haiba in 13105.
Yeah, 13105 is an interesting little tank. I mean, 3-shot autoloader.
Look at this from Dares and Call Me Pure.
This is very aggressive from Haiba. He's spotted out now. And this could work off brilliantly or get really punished really hard. Haiba shooting on the move, actually hit twice.
He got shot there. You could hear the noise. Registering something. What does that bell do? Is it just saying critical hit?
Yeah, like when you track somebody, you get that
Whoa!
that sound.
Big ricochet there.
Kazna can't really push this. I mean, T100 Batshot and STRV. Who cares? Should kind of win this trade, actually.
There's a push on the other side, though, in the forest as they're going to jump into a Lucky Blast. There's somebody else see Batchat's ramming the lighter tanks and do a little bit of extra damage. Call me Piotr. How many shots does he have? Has
3.
3 shots left to go. Okay. Now, on the other side, Pure Decaying and Andre trying to push over here into Vetso Diplomat.
I have no clue what's going on right now with Who Cares.
Who Cares doing? Yeah.
They could have taken the fight in the 4s, but they let Lucky Blast die, so now As a result, they lose Senti as well because obviously they have no T100 anymore to shoot at the bots, who are now both on reload, and Halu ran away, so they've lost 2 tanks for nothing. I mean, this is again coming back to the point. If you want to fight, then you fight. If you don't want to fight, then you just run away from the beginning.
But it's like you said as well, if you're expecting the team to go aggressive, you can set yourself up to defend that and just wait for when they push in. So, nice actually aggressive play there from Kazna Kru on the right-hand side with Ders, Haiba and Komi Piotr. Now Haiba's going to go all the way north along that A-line, imagine, come in, looping over the top, and Ders and Komi Piotr can come over and start getting into the side of Pure to Kill and Andre, which is exactly what we're seeing now.
I mean, there's a chance here for who cares, but it's a very slim one because look at the positions Kazna Kru has taken in the meantime. Haiba's already in A5. There's Piotr taking the map control through the 5-6 line. The cap has started indeed, but with 2 tanks down, they just can't control the map enough to make it work. That's the thing. They just cannot control the map at all.
There's no way they can do this. You've got Ders is going to spot out Halu. Haiba's going to spot out Halu. Ders and Komi Piotr can come through the middle and start shooting these guys in the back. So Halu, well, Haiba's coming all the way around. I thought maybe Haiba going at the top could be a really good distraction. But no, look at this. Gremic is now being focused here. Now this is really nice from Haiba. He's going to get 3 shots into the back of Gremic. One more and Gremic's going to go down. Nicely done there by Haiba. He's going to be in a reload, only got 3 shots. And look, there comes the back chats coming over as well. So Yizny farming into Andre, gets the kill there. The rest of Kazna Kru, this is just clean up duty right now. Look how much HP they still have on the board against Who Cares. This is an absolute whitewash and is looking easily set to be 5-0 here, Daki.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this Who Cares tactic. I mean, they lost it when they decided to stay in the forest and then decided to run away.
3-6-2, oh wow. That's going to be a bit frustrating there from Vetso on the 113. Could have got the kill there. Halu is dead. Paskabisca's now dead. And Kazna Kru surviving with all 7 tanks on the board. And this is a fantastic comeback from the team that we saw turn up last week, that's for sure.
And yes, they're playing good, but it's also Who Cares is not showing up whatsoever.
They're not challenging them at all.
It's just not. Like against Ding, they were snappy. Now they're just...
It's like a different team. Yeah,
just
it's
not
both of
doing
them. Both of them are different teams. It seems to be.
Yizna, my boy. But they're just not doing anything. Like you see Haiba, then they see the 2 bats. Lucky Blast is like, I think he's staying to fight, but being the front line with a T100 is like.
They're going to rush you. Like straight away, they're
like
going to
that's
rush
the thing.
you.
Like he spots Haiba. Haiba is not there without support. At 13105 does not go there without any tanks being with him. So the obvious assumption is, okay, they have some support. What can be in support in Kazna Kru's lineup? Well, it has to be bad shots. So what do? Do we run away? Do we fight? Lucky Blast even spotted them on time to run away. But the other 2 stayed for too long. I mean, the T100 is maybe the one tank that can make it out of that quickly enough because of his speed. But Senti stayed too long. Should have been running already. When the 13105 gets spotted, you run away. Pretty much. You just back off. You retake the map control later because you don't really have the lineup to fight because the STRV needs to go in siege mode to fight. And as soon as he does that, the 2 batches come onto his side, kill him, right? And then 1305 is a clip as well. So they kind of all have to run away, but they're kind of like staying there, not sure what to do, and then they're running away.
Yeah, and it's an obvious overmatch, so they should have just got the hell out of there really quickly. Now we're going to go into Sand River. It could be one here from Kazna Kru. This is going to be one of our TeamSpeak rounds. We might only get one team's TeamSpeak.
Well, we did not expect 5-0.
No. Production definitely didn't expect 5-0.
No, they're more wrong than we are.
That's true. And if you're going to be wrong, then it's better to only just be a little bit wrong than even more wrong. Yeah.
I always go for full wrong.
Davai YOLO. I'd never go full wrong. Once you go full wrong, you never come back.
I mean, if you're already wrong, why, it's like if you make a meme out of yourself, you can only be a better meme. Yeah, wrong.
Okay, Scooby.
Huh?
Okay, Scooby.
But I'm just like blocking out the haters.
Okay, are you just going to play?
Maybe.
Okay.
I might shake it off. Look
Okay.
what you made me do.
Okay, let's jump
I know
into
more Taylor Swift songs than you do, okay?
I was like, this man lives and breathes Taylor Swift. So why am I doing this? Okay, now defense are obviously bottom of the map, attack at the top. We're going to see Kazna Kru going to be on the attack. We're going to see Who Cares on the defense.
Algo's back.
Breakdown of the lineup. Stacky, anything stand out to you here that could be interesting?
Not really. Standard lineup. That mouse on defense, we've seen it being removed rather quickly in certain
Yes,
situations.
we've seen people get caught out in that really easily.
It's a hard tank to work because like this map is all about rotations, and they got 4 tanks that don't really rotate very well. I mean, very well. I mean, 5A is okay, I7 is okay as well. Patton, it's kind of like, you know, it's decently quick, but like when it has to cross the open terrain, it's usually not that bad. But it looks like Kazna Kru is doing the good old, let's go straight down the middle and fight again.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You're 5-0 up. You're looking for you're looking to perhaps take this one to bed early and just finish the enemy team off. So I think Kazna Kru are just wanting to just get stuck right in here, Daki.
It does look like that, but we'll see how they progress once.
Senti already taking damage there, and who cares?
Yeah, but we'll see what they do once they get onto the ridge, right? Because Pashka Pishka is there in his mouse, and they're boosting Halo in the meantime.
Whoa, a little bit of damage,
it's
chipping
worth it.
away. Pashka getting shot. There's the cap started. Kazna Kru did something like this similar, and they don't really have the angles for resets, Daki, do they?
Yeah, we'll have to see how this works out. There's only 33 seconds left, and doesn't look like Who Cares is really in any position to deal with this.
Well, let's see. I mean, this looks like it's going to be the start of the fight. It looks like Kazna Kru are going to be holding into it. So let's hear what's going through their minds here, Daki, for the team speak.
I7 might peek now. Yes, he's gonna peek. He's peeking. Malta.
Yeah, I go for
Can you track him? He's only DKP. He's still fine. He's still fine.
Just spot mouse, Ivan.
I'm reloading.
Mouse is gonna be on our
But the mouse is gonna come from this tune.
Yeah.
Just track
Lucky
You can
I7.
go
Blast is
forward,
minus
Piotr, if you
2.
want. You can go forward a little bit.
I'm safe. You can
Watch
go forward.
out for
I'm
mouse.
safe.
Watch out for mouse.
I7
Heal
missed.
decap,
I7
heal
missed.
decap, heal
Only
decap.
mouse.
Nice.
Go for
Mouse
mouse. Go for mouse.
decap
Go for
me.
mouse.
Yeah, just go for the mouse.
I'm getting farmed. Nexus, are you winning?
Yeah. Oh.
You have to go for mouse. Come on, boys.
We need to
Come on,
kill the
boys.
mouse. Ignore the rest.
It's super hard for me to penetrate them.
Man, me too,
Piotr,
man.
you fight him. One-on-one, okay?
I got
Watch it under
one more for mouse. Bounced. I'm reloading.
I will finish mouse.
Go frontal, Warson, Piotr.
Bachat on
Use
your
the Huldan
back.
and
Fight the
fucking rape
Bachat.
them.
I finish the mouse.
Давай.
Okay, good.
I
Got a visa chasing.
Behind,
Not
behind.
capping,
Is that
I'm not
take some
capping.
damage? Take some damage, mate.
20
Easy
seconds.
shot on me.
Yeah,
We need to counter this, all of this. We need to push
No,
this.
just
No,
Or triple cap.
double cap. It's okay. It's not
Jake.
careful, VZ.
Easy on your back.
Can we kill that V-sit somehow soon?
Let's go around them.
Nexus, I can
Let's
go maybe
flank.
around on that visit.
No.
But Petten,
I run on
no,
this.
no, Petten.
Stay as you are. Wait.
Stay as you are.
Just
Nexus.
aim in front of me. I have to aim the
He
V.
missed.
on
He
short.
missed.
I can't really aim in front of you.
Don't lose
I know.
HP, Vetso.
No.
Vetso can cap next to Piotr, I think.
No, he can't. No space.
Can cap between us.
Not like this,
He
exactly.
can't. Okay.
He doesn't have me. Visit. He has
I7
He
will...
missed.
Spotted. I7, guys. I7.
Keep
Keep
on.
Bachat, kill Bachat.
I can finish.
30 seconds, easy. The Petten is aiming me all the time, does.
Yeah, Lucky Blast is
Don't
able to
peek
give him
us.
all low.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
said
it.
Nice communication there from Kazna Kru. Lots of different opportunities, lots of different possibilities they're going through as they're discussing what to do.
A lot of voices.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
seem to be trying as a team, and it seems to be working out so far. With 6 seconds left, does look like it is going to be the almighty 5-0.
First 5-0 of the show so far this season. Very nice for Kazna Kru. Exactly what they
I did
needed
like that
after
team
last
speak.
week.
I did really like that team speak.
It was very informative. They were
for
always
a lo-
giving each other lots of
this is the-
information,
this-
like what about this, what
This
about
sounds very chaotic, right? I mean, if you're like on the outside and you listen to this, a lot of people are used to like one guy, 2 guys speaking, like from the
Yeah.
skirmishers, from clan wars, 1 or 2
that.
guys
Speaking, yelling.
speaking on a gentle tone, explaining them what to do with a calm and cool.
Okay, chaps, here's today's plan.
All right, chaps.
No.
Let's have a good one, shall we lost. That's okay.
Oh dear, we lost.
Oh
It's okay,
dear.
we won't point the finger at anyone. Yeah, it's
I would
not
never.
like that.
I would never
comms.
do that. But yeah, it's a good team speak in essence. So
I'll
like,
go again
yeah.
coming out top of his team.
It sounds chaotic, but it works because everybody's speaking, everybody's communicating. They're trying different options. Like there's a lot of, talk between the guys. Like he's not talking to Piotr, you should kill the mouse. A lot of individuals talking to each other. It's good. Like as long as it doesn't get too hectic, this team speak is completely fine.
Yeah.
Because like everybody's speaking, that's the thing. That's the great thing. They're talking about things like when they were saying like, I think the bat should cap, and then you come like, no, he shouldn't, and stuff like that. It's good to talk about it. The only thing the only time this doesn't work is when it's like you need a split-second decision. Like, because there's too many voices. Like, when you need a split-second decision, you need somebody like Papa Koritz to go like, davai.
Davai, yeah. Listen to me, guys. No, nice for Kazna. I mean, they lost tiebreaker last week. They lost the match last week, and then to come back in 5-0 is a perfect comeback.
Oh, we'll definitely ask them about what happened against Savage Squad.
Perfect return. I wonder who we'll get. I've got a fly buzzing about in front of me. Probably Haiba. Or probably Vetso, I'd imagine. They were the...
I guess Vetso.
Haiba would usually do interviews on stage, but Vetso would do the pre-match interviews. Maybe we could get Yizni. Maybe. Maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe we'll get Call Me Harry Piotr.
Maybe we get Walla.
Walla. Social media expert.
Whoa,
No.
whoa.
Sorry, Vala. Sorry, hey. Whoa.
You don't talk to Vala like that.
Sorry, that's Dead Zone's title. Yeah, so let's jump into the interview here with Kazna Kru. And Daki, you're going to ask about last week.
I mean, first of all, I want to congratulate you on a very strong win against Who Cares.
Thank you.
What was the difference like between this match and the one you had versus Savage Squad?
Preparation, definitely. We underestimated a little bit Savage Squad, and now we took a different approach on Who Cares, and that's basically, I think, the difference between that loss and this win.
So, I mean, you lost Stefan this season, right? We all know it was a big thing for the team. How have you adapted to this throughout the season?
Well, we lost even a better player the season before, Alien, and the next season we took second place, losing to 7-6 against Ding. So we're not worried about that at all. That doesn't concern us. We're still on top of our game.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are doing more of a very team-orientated stuff, like the communication. We were listening on Sand River, right, on the last round, and there's a lot of communication in between individuals. It's pretty good to hear. Like, is that the kind of stuff you're going for, like high communication between all members?
Yes, definitely. We had low communication like before the season on practices, and we noticed that is our downfall and that is our mistake, and we're improving for like a couple of weeks now. Just more communication, more talk, don't be silent, and just work on your teamwork. And I mean, the game is about teamwork here. It's a team game, so we need to work on that 100%.
With the matches today, Vet, so you guys seem to read Who Cares very well. I mean, we were talking about how you guys have improved this week. Who Cares looked like they really didn't perform compared to last week. So how much of that today was just you guys knowing what to expect from Who Cares?
Well, of course, we studied them, as we always do, study our opponents really carefully, and we made some tactics just for them. But our approach is our approach is different from last time that we lost to Savage Squad, and I'm say it again, that's the biggest reason that we won today.
Yeah, I think this Kazna Kru was a much better Kazna Kru than we saw against Savage Squad. I mean, this Kazna Kru was the one taking the initiative, taking the pushes, taking the aggression, like we used to see from you guys. While against Savage Squad, it was much slower, waiting.
Exactly.
Waiting for them.
Slower, passive, low communications, like you said. Plus, we basically lost the game because we did stupid mistakes. I, for one, did a stupid mistake, and that's why we lost. Yeah, we're different. It looks different, and it feels different now this week.
Yeah, definitely noticeable. You're one of the teams as well that have a 3-match weekend. So you're going to go up against Isuba tomorrow, and then you're going to go up against Oops on Friday. Are you looking forward to those matches?
Yeah, of course. Oops looks good. Isuba also, they don't have a win, but they look good on some maps. And tactic-wise, they also have some good ideas, even though they didn't implement them with certain kind of lineups that they took. But we're looking forward to those matches, and of course we're gonna prepare even better than we did for today.
Okay, cool. Well, best of luck, Vetso, for your remaining matches, and congratulations on the win this evening.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thanks for your time, dude.
And this is the Kazna Kru we want to see, right?
Definitely. This is
the aggressive Kazna Kru that comes out swinging, doesn't hold back, and you could see the difference, right? We talked about who cares not showing up. I think it has partially to do with them just not being on point, but bigger even with the fact that Kazna Kru just shut down everything they wanted to bring.
True. I mean, Kazna Kru were...
They didn't get a foothold in a single round. They got shut down on every single round. They got shut down from the beginning till the end. While when against Ding, they were leading the place. Ding was being the passive one. Ding was waiting to receive the push. Well, now Kazna Kru is like, let's go.
Yeah, it's like we expect them to do something. We'll deal with it. It's like we touched some other teams are saying sometimes they do too much of trying to counter what the enemy's doing rather than stick to their own plan. And
this was the best counter.
Yeah.
In essence, like the best counter against an aggressive team is go aggressive yourself, but better. Smarter aggression, not just blunt aggression, smart aggression, like we saw from Kazna Kru throughout the rounds.
Yep, and a fantastic result for Kazna Kru. Now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have Utopia versus Go Hard.
That's going to be a good one.
It's going to be really interesting. We're going to see it a lot this season. It could be putting pressure on the team, but, well, tough. It's what you have when you have a team of all-stars, realistically. Go Hard have a lot to do here. They're expected to be one of the top 3 teams fighting
to win.
Kazna and Ding, so it'll be interesting to see against them playing against Utopia, because Utopia are playing strong. They're playing as a team right now, and it's good to see.
They're on a roll, but maybe Go Hard can stop that.
Possibly. So again, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back after that. It's only going to be roughly about 2 minutes, so see you guys soon. Good evening and welcome back to the Wargaming.net League European Extended Season. My name is Hector, joined again, still by Decisive. Little Daddy Decisive, is that okay?
Call me Shark, I mean Twitch
Call you Shark. Okay, joined here by Shark.
That did not come out like I wanted. Like, you could have made it at least a little bit
Joined
interesting.
here by Shark!
It's like,
yeah?
you know, he's also king of the North. Nice. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. If I was going to SeaWorld with you, I wouldn't go with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would fit in perfectly.
Okay, in with the seals. Let's have a look at the standings right now then, Shark. Talk us through them.
Yeah, 8 points from I'm gonna bite you here in a second. 8 points from Ding, obviously after their strong win, and then Kazna Kru now coming on to 4 after obviously losing their first match against Ding, losing their second match against Savage Squad. They got 1 point for that. Now 3 full points is gonna bring them up a little bit higher, but now we're gonna be seeing the boys from Utopia, who are currently sitting in second, and the boys from Go Hard go at it. So if Utopia win this, they are #1.
Top of the league.
I mean, they have to win it clean.
True.
But if it goes to like head-to-head, Utopia didn't play against Ding yet. That's the first condition, I think, and then it's round score. And then because Utopia got the 5-0, they would be #1 technically. But this all changes obviously when they fight against each other. So this kind of decides if Utopia stays where they are or they can jump up. Go Hard really want those points because every point matters.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And Go Hard, we talked about it earlier on. They're one of the teams expected to do strong this season. And initially, this first week, we've not really
This is the thing,
them.
right, for this Go Hard team. I don't know if they're used to being the favorite. In the last season and the season before, sometimes they were the favorite, sometimes they were the underdog.
Yeah.
Now, against everybody they play, other than Ding, they are the favorites.
Yeah.
And they have to deal with that. And they have to deal with the criticism if they are not winning.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is a big thing for a lot of... it's not just like in what at times it's like goes across everywhere. If you are the favorite, it's always harder. It just is so much harder.
Additional pressure on you, and we saw the lower teams when you have nothing, to lose. You just like they'll
they
play
just
loose,
they
play
have
YOLO.
nothing to lose, so they just play. They don't care. But if you have something to lose, then you're always going to be a little bit more hesitant.
Yep. Utopia taking Himmelsdorf out of the map pool, and Go Hard wanting nothing to do with Muravanka.
That's like I think the second time they've banned it, or the third time already. I mean, Zafar said Stefan is starting to learn them, but I guess they're not feeling confident in it just yet.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see perhaps.
I like Sand River though.
I'm liking seeing it. I like to see more stuff. I mean, already it looks kind of like set around the same base all the time. I'd like to see it kind of opened up a bit more.
It's hard to make the other side work because of the fact that you can like Sand River, we have zero line, you have that little pocket over there. To cross this pocket, you have to go up and over, which for one exposes you already. And then you can drive, you don't know what is around the corner. You've seen teams, they go all the way to the red line, you can drive up there, they peek it from there and they shoot you. So if you go over that pocket and you don't know exactly what is there, you could just lose 2 or 3 tanks instantly.
No Prokhorovka, a bit sad to see that. I do like seeing teams playing that. Utopia are kind of quite strong in it.
Runeberg, I am glad Utopia removed it because like the last time when I saw them play it against Oops, it was...
It's not good.
It's disastrous.
Yeah, they had way too slow.
Ghost Town again, that should be a good map for Go Hard because they have the individual skill.
Yep. Cliff
and
coming out, and then obviously Ghost Town being our tiebreaker again for today.
Cliff, I think that could have gone either way.
Fairly open maps though. Only Ghost Town being a kind of built
well, we
up map.
kind of have to. Well, I mean, Mines is kind of closed map as well if you look at it. Mostly heavies. So that's Sand River and Sand River and Cliff very open, and then Mines semi-open. Ghost Town closed.
Ghost Town, yeah.
I mean, this Utopia team is on a roll though. They've
gelled together really well.
I mean, they are where they are because
they were looking like a very polished team last week. Very polished team.
They already are because they deserve it.
Polish team.
So, so far, even their newer additions have been doing very well. Like Steroids has done extremely played well in this team. So they've gelled together.
Never Carry as well was doing damage.
We just need to see that this doesn't run out because I remember clearly them doing very well before in the past and then like...
Starting out okay, and then doing rubbish.
Starting off amazing and then like in the middle falling off.
Papa Pavin moving from the RA into regular tanks. He's been doing really well.
He's light. He's like light
and heavy sometimes as well, yeah.
And then Steroids moving into that RT role. But all around, like, he's doing really well. Predictions. I think I said 5-3 Go Hard.
I think I actually said tiebreaker. Yep, I said tiebreaker. Go hard. And production's
biased.
You going Polish biased again? Because remember, production are always right. What was that last prediction?
They were only off by 5 rounds.
Yeah, indeed, and for the wrong team as well. So you know, like they couldn't have got it more wrong. To be honest, they really couldn't have got it more wrong. Saying tiebreaker to other team, and the other team actually winning 5-0. That's complete opposite, almost.
Almost always.
What's Mojo's prediction?
Listen,
That's what we
always
want to know.
almost competes in every single race, but never wins. So, no, that doesn't work with me. I hate almost. It's like, you know, he's in every race, but he never wins anything.
It's a figure of speech, Daki. It's not a real person.
Ryan, don't ruin this for me. Just go with it. It's
Okay.
me and you versus production. It's not 1 versus the 5 of them.
Okay. What about Mojo? Is he included?
6, 5. Mojo's asleep. You can't. You don't make a.
Don't kick him. I'll get a message up on the screen just a second now. Like, hey. Oh, he's going with me. Okay, nice.
Well, what could that make? Could that make 6? Would that be 6 or 7 wrong predictions if he doesn't get it?
7?
If he gets it wrong.
Ah, okay.
I think it'd be 6 or 7 wrong predictions in a row.
No, I think it's a good chance. I mean, the teams are fairly equal. Go Hard so far haven't shown us any.
I think for Go Hard, because of their disappointment in the last week.
They'll be up for it. I mean,
no, I think what they need is a strong start. I think they cannot lose Sand River 2-0. I don't think they can. If they lose to Sand River 2-0.
Utopia going defense, attack.
We might. Are you okay? Do you need like a speech tool, like a little machine tied around your neck that speaks for you? Like maybe that will help. I mean,
put out the touchpad. Just speak for me. Be better English than what I'm speaking just now. Be more clear.
Oh,
it's like
I can neither
whenever
confirm or deny that
like
statement.
they always there's a saying that you should never make fun of someone who doesn't speak English too well when it's a second language for them, because at least they speak a second language. So whenever someone picks up on my language now, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, English is my second language.
What is your
like,
first?
Really? I'm like,
I know what your first language is. Stupid.
Because you speak it too. 1, 2, 3, potato, as you always say in office, Daki.
Yeah, this is what I have to work with on a
Yep.
daily basis.
Okay.
But like I said, go
Starting out here, Daki, first map of the day is going to be
like
Shark
I said,
River.
there's not enough water on Sand River for a shark. Okay.
Have you checked?
I haven't drowned yet on this map, so like, you know.
But you're a shark, so you wouldn't drown.
I'm confused.
See, there we go. 1, 2, 3, potato.
It's a sand map. Ryan, sharks live in the ocean.
Are you sure?
Man, I don't know what kind of education they have where you come from, but like...
We don't have one.
That goes to show, dude. Honestly. Like...
Self-taught, Daki. Does it?
I wonder who the guy was that teached you. Probably...
It was myself, obviously.
Yeah.
Self-taught, Daki. That's how it works.
Double personality.
Well, hey, I'm not crazy, and neither am I. Right.
This is
As
going
you may have
downhill.
guessed, we are waiting to get things started off here in Sand River. We're just about to jump into the map. There is a little bit of things going on, but we are just getting through them really quickly.
Okay, so back on track.
Yes.
Top
of the tree.
I've lost the track already.
You've
but
lost your train of thought. Like, where are we going to go? All the way back to the start. Okay, so call me Shark. That's where we were. No, right. Okay, let's focus on Sand River here. New map coming in. It's been picked quite a lot already. We've only seen it banned out once, which was, I think, the previous. No, we saw it Kazna Kru, so it wasn't banned out. So I think it was only banned out in against Ding. They didn't play it in the first match.
Ding banned
Yeah, they
Sand
banned
River.
it. So, I mean, teams are quite happy to play on this map compared to... I mean, we didn't always necessarily see Steps quite often. And the teams seem to prefer this one over Steps right now as well.
I don't know. It depends. Like, we can't say that they prefer it over Steps because we wouldn't know how much Steps would we play without the climbs. That's like you can't
True.
like.
Or
you
how
can't,
different it would be with them as
yeah,
well.
you can't say like that Steps would be like, you know.
It'd be harder for defense as well if you couldn't do the...
Yeah, because you'd have to rotate all the time. A little bit like Sun River as well, but harder because you're more exposed. One day I need to let you like play with a pro team. I'd love to see this happen.
You keep inviting me to skirmishes and stuff. I'm too scared to do it. So
I would love this. I mean,
at no point, let's be clear here. At no point, as I tell people, do I ever pretend that I'm a good player at World of Tanks here. I'm average. I'm as blue can be.
Average?
I'm as blue can be. Alright?
I think you're colorblind.
The only time I might be
green is not blue.
I was gonna say the only time I might be purple is when I switch the colorblind mode on, but even then I'm still green, so that doesn't help. No, I'm not.
It would be funny. You know what's the similarity between you and Shish?
Careful now.
You'd both do one shot of damage.
That's not fair when Shish is not here to defend himself. Remember, Shish is on ding. You're on the desk. Shish went to the finals with his team. You were on the desk.
Shish is on a free ride, okay?
Hey, he's still on the team. He can still say he is grand finals runner-up. He had a medal.
Don't even say he had
a medal.
He got the medal.
Shish even got the medal for that. So he is, you know, he's supporting his team.
Lineups here on attack. Double M48 pattern for Utopia, if I'm seeing that correctly. Yeah, and triple 5A, double bat. Go hard coming in. I7, M48, STRV. Bats and a T100. They have been using a similar lineup to this for a while, like with Collapse on the M48.
Look at this from Gohard, though, Daki.
They've done this before. They've done this against multiple teams. Sometimes they go with 3 bats there.
What if the cap rush? Like, if Utopia rush the cap, if they see that there's an overmatch,
they have the M48 is supposed to play on the ridge and get the resets in the beginning. That's what they did as well, I think, against Oops, I think it was.
This is, I mean, they're basically taking 4 tanks out of the battle right now. Had Utopia rushed in...
Well, they're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing K-Line the entire time.
And Gohard are backing off the entire time. What are Gohard doing? They're giving up all vision of base 2.
They still have the M48. Coca Collapse will just, like, he's waiting for his team to start clearing out K-Line. Once they do, he will keep pushing along the dune. Like, he's now currently locked down because of Papa Pavian. But as soon as his tanks keep pushing, Papa Pavian will not be able to hold that position. And then he can play on the ridge. He can play on that ridge line, peek over and get the resets. So it's not all bad here for Gohard. They are doing the rotations on time. But the question is if they expect Bihu and Muka to be there as well. If they don't, then it's a game over.
Bihu and Muka look like they're going to peek up into the middle of the dry riverbed. K-line push coming here from Gohard in the top. We're looking at Stefan, who's up in the top corner at A0. Trying to climb on his own. Can't really do that, Daki, can you?
He can, if he does it right. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing it.
Okay.
So, but here we go. Failware, negative, setting up in position. Let's see how much damage these M48 patents take.
So the patents are lit. Are they going to know that somebody's behind them?
Yes, of course. I think Papa Pavian is RIP.
Muka, I mean, they can drive forward and get dragged into that riverbed, but there's 2 shots coming out already. So Muka taking some damage, Bihu taking some damage as well. They're going to try and get themselves safely. They should be going down, not backwards. It's an easy farm for them as Steroids gets killed. Collapse at the top of the map. Negative drops Muka, so that is pattern for pattern right now. Guard lost their pattern, Utopia lost their pattern. Shoku taking a little bit of damage for Utopia and his Batcha. Bihu's taking a little bit of damage, but what's actually going on here, Daki?
The thing is, they have triple cap right now with 27 seconds left, which means that somebody from Gohard is going to have to go forward. It's going to be Stefan, it's going to be Kaizu. But in the meantime, Failware and Negative are still reloading, and with 19 seconds left, these 5As can do a lot of damage while they're trying to punish the guy who comes to reset. Biku in the meantime is rushing Nile. If he gets onto the side of him, that's a dead STRV as well. Nile really needs to track him.
Nile gets a tracking shot onto Biku. There's a push coming into Cap Circle. 17 seconds left. They're holding out the shots, but look at this. Red tracer lines coming in, so that shows that Gohard are getting angles onto him. Gohard still have a huge amount of HP on the board, and Utopia are starting to bleed HP everywhere. Annihilator's getting tracked by Biku. Biku has clipped out. He hasn't killed him with all his shots, and he's going to try and run away. So that stopped Annihilator from being able to get any crossfire shots. Negative taking some damage here on Gohard. Utopia continuing to bleed HP. They're moving out of the cap circle now to try and take the fight to Gohard.
Nile needs to be careful. You could see that an STRV exposed just the slide part and the 5A instantly punishing it. Kaizu in the meantime is pushed up to a quite strong position. And now Nile really needs to be the crucial player here. He needs some support. He needs a friend and somebody to bail him out because he can do the damage towards these 5As, but not when Biku is a threat in the side.
Both Steroids and also Never Carry missed shots there into Nile. Now Shoku is being focused as Bihu is also being focused for Utopia. Shoku surviving on 24 HP, Bihu only on 209. Gohard have lost Annihilator now, so they've lost that slight advantage that they had. It's still right to knife wire, right on the wire here.
The thing is, Bihu and both Bihu and Shoku are low HP. If somebody like Zafarche could take both of these guys out of the game rather quickly. Papa Pavin has a healthy amount of HP, but the thing about is so bad for Utopia right now is that they can't go onto the scap. Failware is controlling the south side of the map. He might even find Bihu if he goes down there. He spots him out. He will find him. Now this is the thing. They cannot go on the cap. They cannot play around with the cap because Gohard controls their base.
Bihu peeked, missed his shot. Failware missed his shot. Failware misses a second shot. Bihu still holding his shot. Failware doesn't connect with a third shot. Bihu connected. Failware missed with a fourth shot. He has one more shot to go. No, Failware still has 2 shots to go, sorry. So he's just biding his time, making sure to connect as Bihu is peeking and doing a hell of a lot of damage. As Failware is failing here, Daki.
Yeah, but he needs to just kill him right now. That's the thing. He picked it up. He did take so much damage for it, way more than it's needed. But the 5As are pushing onto Kaizu right now to try and take him out of the game. He's the last, well, one of the 2 tanks with HP for the Gohard side.
Never Carry's taking a little bit of damage. We see Steroids pushing here into Failware. Steroids can get a kill here. It will swing things back in his team's favour. Never Carry taking some damage there as Stefan gets the kill on Never Carry. Shapanic now is stuck between Kaizu and Stefan. But look at this, Shoku getting the kill on Stefan. Shoku was the one that had a slight sliver of health. He's on 24 HP, still gunning the game. We've said that so many times. It's always so vital. Papa Pavin now coming over to try and take out Kaizu. Utopia have wrestled control of this battle, Daki, and Gohard have thrown it.
In the meantime, Zafar is trying to duel with Steroids here in the 5A. Steroids getting pushed now, but he might pick up Zafari before he goes down. Triple kill from him. Negative should remove him from the game, but against Papa Pavian with 1.2k HP, he can do whatever, and Steroids almost got another shot off.
Steroids surviving there till the very end. Now there's a 2-man cap here from Utopia. They know that Negative is the only person alive.
This is over.
If shots were being counted, they would know he's on 2, but Negative can't come in and trade and reset. Papa Pavin can just rush him and take him out on his own. Brilliant play there from Utopia, preserving the guns and still fighting there. Shoku picking up a vital kill against Stefan, then allowing Papa Pavin to kill Kaizu.
Yeah, this was good stuff from Utopia. Really, really good stuff. Failware did really fail in that one. If it would have made such a big difference, probably Shapanek got the last kill there. Really good stuff from Utopia. Really well played. Kokai Collapse going down in return for that M48 from the side of Utopia. I think they could have done more damage to those patterns. I think they waited maybe a little bit too long to start opening fire.
That was really strange from Failware though. He went in, full health, and Bihu was a one-shot.
The thing is, Bihu from that position, he spotted Failware, and Bihu is obviously going to peek to try and make the difference, because what Failware sees is a small part of the turret, a very small part of the turret. And as soon as Bihu gets the first shot, like Bihu, obviously both bats have the same interclip, right? So the interclip is the same. So Bihu peeks, right? He lands the first shot, Failware shoots in return. Misses. What this causes is the fact that Bihu can peek again. He can peek again, shoot him, and by the time Failware is reloaded, Bihu's driving forward again. This is one of those things that's very annoying for batshot players when you're doing this. So this causes the fact that every time Bihu has fired, Failware has just about reloaded. He fires, Bihu's around the corner again. And as soon as Failware drives forward, Bihu peeks on turret again. The same thing happens, which means that he was a 2-shot. Obviously, Bihu couldn't kill him, but he made him a 1-shot. Failware pretty much was going to lose that fight as soon as he misses that first shot. Because then Bihu just keeps peeking. And he's okay with that, because he needs to. Otherwise, Failware just rushes and kills him.
It's crazy. I mean, that was not cool. It was real unfortunate. Looked like Gohard were kind of in control, but as I was saying, this is the thing about Utopia. They look to be playing extremely strongly as a team. Like, they look like they're very in sync with each other. Papa Pavin, especially right now, is playing fantastic for them.
I said Gohard needs a good start. That was not a good start. They need this round. Because after that disappointing performance, after training for another week, after, like, you know, trying to fix the issues that they've had.
Trying to think to themselves, what did we do wrong? Let's change it.
Yeah, if you're trying to fix the issues, and then you come to your next match and you lose the first map 2-0, that's like morale 0 instantly.
Yeah, 100%. Now, looking here on the lineups, WZ5A, 3 of them coming out for Gohard. We have 2 bat chats, 3 bat chats, and a T100. Now, Utopia going with a single pattern, a Rhyme Panzer here from Mucka. Triple 5A, double bat chat. So, fairly flexible lineup here for Utopia.
Well, we know what the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen is going to do. He's going to be climbing up on B9 by himself, like we saw Stefan try. But look at the stuff from Gohard. They are not
Okay.
interested in number 2 base whatsoever. They're going super aggressive towards the south, perhaps trying to catch...
Shenanigans.
Yeah, but they might be trying to catch out a bat shot or something that is going to be crossing K-line, or they just want to go catch that 5A, and if they keep pushing,
Catch
they
out
will,
Shapanik.
but...
They do see Shapanik and he stops
Yeah, but the
dead.
issue is the timing. He didn't cross fully yet. He's still in that hole where you see a lot of randoms be played. He's still in that hole, so they didn't catch that, but I guess they just wanted to take map control over that side, and they have.
Now, Utopia have a huge amount of information to know where all these tanks from Gohard are. They're all following the same line. They're following negative here, so it looks like something that Gohard have put a little bit of practice into to split across. 2 tanks going one way, 2 tanks going the other way, so interesting to see what Gohard are planning to do here.
Well, they have taken control over this side of the map, so that's good stuff from them now. We need to see how this progresses, like how they cannot cap, obviously, like it's impossible for them to cap number 1 base. So there needs to be some sort of rotation here, a decisive one for that, that causes a rotation or a commitment from Utopia. Steroids relocating back. I guess what they really want to cause is Utopia to have an overcommitment on one side. If Utopia has, like, if you have 2 tanks, Utopia has 3, that's like, you know, that's an overcommitment for them. Now, Utopia has about 1, 2, 3 tanks focused on that area of the map. Well, Gohard has also 3, so it's even, quite even. Coca Collapse is really not gonna like do much in this trade here. He might win it, he might not, but it's super hard to actually do that. The rotation has to come out from Gohard. I don't see how they play from this point on and win. Like, they need to pretty much pull back tanks, and they kind of have to re-push the other side one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 minutes into the map. They've got a bit of map
That was
position. Nice shot there from Coca Collapse into Shapanik. The thing is like, okay, they've got this position, but how are they going to make it work to their advantage here? Never carry peeking here over the June in the middle. So, I mean, what we're seeing here from Gohard is either they're going to do some kind of play on base 1, or they're going to try and kill everybody. Utopia are going to happily not push into them because they're a defending team. They're going to sit back and run down that clock. So, what do you think they're going to be doing here, Daki? What's Gohard's plan?
I guess they're just shipping away right now, thinking about what their next move is going to be. So far, they can't push 0 line. That is just absolute suicide. Like, that would insta-die because you have Steroids there, supported by a Bat, supported by Bihu, supported by the Rheinmetall as well, and Papa Pavian. There's 4 tanks. That's insta-dead, so they cannot push that. One slight thing that they... Ooh, Negative's going to go onto the cap.
He's super low. He's facing backwards.
Steroids might be able to spot him, though. I want to see about that. He
He
does
could
not have
make-
anything special like Camonet or so.
Steroids.
It's also possible that Steroids can't spot him and peeking up. Actually, he cannot spot him because if he...
June.
No, he can't spot him because if he peeks up there, Kaizu will shoot him in the side. And I don't think Shapana can spot, peek up and spot either.
Bihu did peek over the Judes and get shot at there. Bit unfortunate. He was the one trying to get vision, so maybe this is the plan here from Gohard. They can use that super low profile of the T100 and it'll be fine sitting in the back. The only danger is if they send in a T1000 and then he's in real trouble.
Perhaps, but they'll have to go back into the future to find that first.
Back to the future, yep.
So far, so good for Gohard. 50% cap. The Utopia is going to have to commit something to spot. I mean, either Steroids is going to have to push forwards or Shapanik is going to have to peek up very high to try and make the spot. I feel like Shapanik will have to be the one that peeks up all the way to spot, but he's getting out-traded. That's Stefan. I think that was Stefan that hit him as well from the back lines. He's in K8.
Right in the cupola there. Look at all the blind shots here trying to come in. If there's a connection, they got the connection. He backs off immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, but they did a good amount of damage for that, though. Shapanik down to 395. One of the options that Gohard could go for at any given time is the one where you take like 2-3 bats and you jump over where Coca collapses straight into Shapanik, and then you keep pushing towards Steroids because you can't really punish for that, but you need to push Steroids at the same time as well with like 1 or 2 5As. If you don't do that, then Steroids just sits hull down. So that is something they could go for at one point, to push Shapanik, continue onto Steroids, kill him, and then start the cap again, for example. But that's risky. It's a risky play, though. I don't think they want to go for that because they have negative capping right now.
Cap started out again. Steroids took a shot to the gun and repaired that almost instantly.
I want to see how close Biku is getting with these blind shots.
He's getting very close. You need to really see it from the point of view of negative there, to see how close they're landing with the laser.
Maybe we can see with the laser.
Lasers. Nice. Nicely done.
Okay, so he's a little bit off right now.
Yeah, down a bit.
He's getting closer though.
Yeah. He's doing it like measured.
But he's doing step by step. He's shooting somewhere, then shooting.
Oh, that's the same place.
That was the same place.
Is he going to go slightly to over again? Oh, no, too short.
I guess I landed short. But look where Stefan and Kaiser are.
Okay, they're pushing up like you said. They're getting ready to gather over.
That's what I told you.
Jump over, get your panic, and then move on to steroids, exactly as you said, Daki.
Yes, that's what I think.
You're a wizard, Daki.
Sometimes. I mean, they might not do it because they have the cap right now, but I think they can still get away with it.
Shoku's taking a little damage. They're just chipping away here at Utopia. This is nice from Go Hard. I like this. It's like a base one play.
Well, they spotted negative.
Far getting shot. Negative is shot, and he is backed off.
They go Stefan and Kaiser.
Look at this. The pop. Oh, peeking up. Stefan took a lot of damage for that. Kaiser gets the kill on Shoku.
Well, this works as well. I don't know if they were waiting for that or waiting to push over, but they made it work one way or another. They can still push over if they want to at any given time. Negative can now go back onto the cap because Utopia has lost the tank. Now, the thing is for... Stefan took so much damage for that, though. The thing is for Go Hard, that time is running. Like, they have 3 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the last time they can really afford to do this thing with negative. Now they need to start negative to start capping. In the meantime, they also need to go for the push. Like, you want to have both cap pressure.
Cap with him as well?
Maybe. Yeah, he will. You need to have both cap pressure and push pressure.
In front of him? If they push Stefan in front of him and he can hide behind Stefan, Stefan's not
I don't think Stefan's tall enough to do that. It's always an angle.
If he was side on, maybe no?
Maybe. Very maybe.
I mean, Negative's in a different area. Stefan shot and backed off, so... I mean, he connected with Bihu and then immediately ran away.
Well, these heavies from Utopia are going to start pushing forward rather quickly, I think, like Never Carry and Steroids. Papa Pavian's going for the spot, or trying to. At least it looked like it. Backing off. I think these 5As are going to start closing the distance for
Coca-Cola
Utopia.
take another hit there. He's down to 436. Failware taking a hit. Kaizu taking a shot. He does get damage. Damoraki repairs immediately. They've jumped into Shapanik. Shapanik got shot off there. Kaizu get one into Shapanik. Shapanik just misses out on getting another kill there. And Failware is trying to shoot across into Steroids to keep him back. Now, Biku's taking a lot of damage. It looks like Utopia are trying to force something here because they don't want to go hard to try and cap out. They want to try and run down the clock here, Daki.
Well, they have 45 seconds. Steroids is now going to start taking the place of Shapanik. He is taking some damage before that. I really think this Never Carry needs to start pushing forwards as well.
Nice from Safarchik coming around the back, connecting there into Steroids. Now he can finish off Papa Pavin as well, who's on a reload. He's going to ram him for a little bit more damage. Get a shot off as well. Go back in maybe for another ram, but no. It's actually Failware getting the kill on Papa Pavin. Biku coming in trying to get shots. He peeks over, but they know exactly where it is. He's trying to get shots. It's Negative he wants to connect with. Go Hard still have 7 guns in the game. This is a problem that Utopia have. Their 3 tanks are going to just everywhere they peek, there's going to be a gun facing them. But look at that. Never Carry picks up a kill onto Collapse.
Yeah, but they need to stay alive for another 40 seconds, and I don't think it's going to happen. Biku needs to spot this gap for 40 seconds because Go Hard can just put 3 on them. It will take only 40 seconds to complete, so they need to reset it under that, which is not going to happen. Even with 2 guys, they have enough time to cap. Biku just needs to die, and then Muka is in an isolated position where he's not going to make anything work. And I'm pretty sure Steroids got Amorak. That looked like an Amorak explosion.
We came round, he didn't have, well, he wasn't on full HP.
He was on
but
900.
Yeah, he still had a decent amount hit right into the rear end. So Muka's going to run down. Failware knows exactly what to expect, and Muka's getting hit every time there. Failware just holding his shots. Although Mocha can get a kill on him, has to be... Oh, nicely done. Just slightly hides back there. So Annihilator, as we kind of expected, would just go over and bully out Biku because he has the HP to trade. Mocha rushed into Failware, but Kaizu has 2 shots left. He can come over and duel with him as well. But I mean, this is no way that Mocha's going to get a reset.
5
5 seconds to go. He might get a reset, but he'll die doing it, basically. 1 second coming in. It looks like he will get... Nope! Kaizu gets a triple kill. And nice to come back into that one from Go Hard. Nice to see something different being used in Sand River.
I really wonder if Stewart's got Amrak or not, because that could have changed something.
If he'd been Stainer, but the thing is that when Zafar was coming around the back, Zafar still had a lot of HP. So Zafar would have
I mean, like, he could have killed maybe 1 or 2 of the bats before Zafar killed him. I think the bats were both on reload at that point. I think both of them were on reload after that shot, and Zafar would take 2 shots to kill him.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna be call production here in a second. Be like,
But no, good that Go Hard came back into it. Different tactics. Annihilator coming out, top damage, failware, reminding me why I shouldn't have removed him from my fantasy team. Coca-Collapse coming up third, so 3 top tanks coming out from Go Hard.
Production is compensating for bad predictions.
Yeah, I mean, their predictions were terrible.
And bad haircuts as well.
Whoa. There's a guy that has a haircut very similar to yours right now, to be honest.
I mean, other than it's like 30 centimeters longer. But yeah, I really...
We have to be careful because they can put stuff up on the screen, so we're not going to have the last laugh.
I always have the last laugh. But yeah, I mean, it could have been slightly different if, I mean, Shuku spotted the cap. I don't know if he could have made it out safely. That's the question. If he did a full speed spot, for example, because he stopped to shoot negative. Perhaps if he just went backwards, he wouldn't die. That's the question. And also, did this WZ get ammo racked or not? That's another question. If he didn't, I'm pretty sure he could have killed at least 1 or 2 of the bats.
So maybe either ammo racked or just double tapped at the same time.
It looked like an ammo rack.
Well, I didn't see. I was too busy looking at. I had my eyes focused down on Zafarchik rather than up to where he was shooting, and you were. So it's just different eye level, basically, watching different things. Not watching the right things.
Oh well, good stuff from Gohar there, though. They did the push I was talking about, but it was already too late, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they took
no, I
damage
think
for doing
the
it.
thing is that why I thought it was too late is because in the meantime, Utopia already had like 2 bats in that position as well.
But now we're going to go into mines. Cap 2 there in the water doesn't really get done. I used to get sometimes cap rushed. Cap 1 up over by the town. Now we're going to have Go Hard on the attack. We're going to have Utopia on the defense, and lineups, well, vehicles we've seen used plenty of times here. IS-4, interesting. Kind of mixed lineup there from Utopia on the defense.
Yeah, but quite standard nonetheless, though. I mean, they have all tanks that... Okay, where's Papa Pavian going? That is the only question I have right now. Is he going to try?
He's not going to try and climb.
No, he is. That's what I want to see, dude.
Oh!
Style points.
Papa Pavian. This man is starting to be the one to watch for his team.
He can get behind that rock on time, actually. There we go. They won't even know it.
He has been one of the standout players for his team right now. Like, by far and away, the standout player.
Good stuff from Papa Pavian. He has the hill.
Oh, look at this.
He could also cross over at one point, by the way, if he wanted to.
Now, Go Hard looks like they were planning something down south. On the...
No, they were just trying to shoot the crossing, because Stefan's next to the rock. And they're still going to hold the angle, because they know if Shuku crosses over, he'll be spotted. So he'll be spotted. Biku is in an interesting position as well, though. Look where he's sitting. He's just like between the rock. He knocked over the tree to make sure he doesn't get spotted, waiting for somebody to peek onto the hill. Utopia is trying to counter like the basic reactions from the teams.
This is interesting here. We've not seen teams wait for something like this for quite a long time. And this is what sometimes...
You saw the tree? You saw the tree fall on the island? No. That means that, I mean, Coca-Cola saw it as well. That means they know that somebody crossed over. Yep. So now they're going to back off because there's no more point to hold the angle if somebody's already crossed.
Failware is expecting someone. I mean, they know they've got the T100, but they don't know if the T100 was who got onto the island or not.
They wouldn't have spotted the T100 if he crossed over, but he does seem to be expecting it.
Maybe they've scrimmed against each other. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Utopia don't have a lot of information here of Go Hard and where they are. I mean, Utopia are going to be maybe a little bit confused. The double mouse now starting to push up into the hill. Coca-Collapse leading Annihilator. Annihilator looks like he's actually going to go around the back of the hill where Negative and Zafarchik. Please tell me... No, they're not going to do okay. 2 1-1-3s, so maybe Go Hard planning something down. I mean, we've seen this before, Daki, where the tanks go over, don't they? They go over to like F9 and start trying to trade with basically never carry.
Yeah. The thing is, never carry does not have a lot of support right now. He has Bihu, who's not in a position to help because he's behind a house.
Look at this, he's climbing up right in front of Kaizu.
Yeah, he got over all the way. They won't spot him.
Biku gets spotted out at the back in his E4 and he gets a shot connected into him. Papa Pavan getting a shot into failware. Kaizu immediately shoots where he thinks he was, and it was right beside him. So they know Papa Pavan's up there. He is lit, and that can give his team a huge amount of information.
He climbed all the way on the top like the old way people used to do. Now this is super vital what he's doing here.
Now it's worth pointing out, because people are going to ask about this in chat, that climb is still available right now, but it's not the same climb, is it?
No, it's not the same. It got changed. There's some invisible walls, but they didn't extend them long enough, so you can still get around it.
That's a very risky move to do now.
Yeah, because if you fail, you get stuck next to the rock for at least like 15 to 20 seconds, and you're almost always dead. It's also almost impossible to do in randoms.
Yep, and for the counter to come back up and try and for anyone to come up and try and get rid of him is going to be much more difficult. So, I mean, the T100 doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but it's just the vision he can give his team on this side of flank. And now Gohard are going to probably think to themselves, well, we need to do perhaps something different.
I don't think they can push down. They will get farmed to hell. Because usually when you push down 9-0, Bihu has relocated, by the way, from behind the houses, if you didn't notice. He's back at J8. If they now do the usual push, the usual push is going down 8-9-0 line. English is hard when you're slow in the brain. If you go down 8-9-0 line, they will not just take the damage from Bihu. Because usually you go to like H7, H8, because you have the rock there to work with. And then the T100 will just be putting shot after shot after shot into the back of you. And we see how long it takes to kill that mouse, right? So that's not worth it at all. So they have to push 1-2. They have no other option to push than 1-2. And Utopia should be punishing this really hard. Bihu should also not be looking down 9-0 line. Because of the fact that Papa Pavian is up, Papa Pavian gives early info. He gives the info that when they're pushing, he spots them crossing over to the city. He knows negative is there, but I don't think like he would spot him. So they know. When the push comes, they know. That means Bihu should be aiming on 1-2 line. It should be, because if he goes to the back corner...
Parting shot onto negative as he goes.
If he goes to the back corner, he can also shoot 1-2 line. So they should have both the TDs and Szczepanek and Shuku shooting the 1-2 line crossing.
Coca-Cola slowly making his way up here, but he's spotted out there by Shoku or Muka. And Zafarchik facing off here against Steroids. Coca-Cola is connected there by Muka. Szczepanek bounces his shot and he's going to start a cap. Huge ricochet again there from Muka off the side of the turret.
This is an SCRV shooting at a mouse.
Annihilator though just took one to the face, rolling over up there in the middle.
This SCRV should be farming this mouse pretty quickly. They are going to put a bat behind it, but I don't know how successful this is going to be. They have Shuku on the island though. If Shuku peeks out, he should be able to get a reset. Fairway is not fully safe. I don't think so, at least.
I think Szczepanek can still connect into him. There's the farm stand coming to Coca-Cola from Shoku. Shoku's taking a bit of damage himself for this, but he's got nice flanking shots into the side of Coca-Cola's whole clip out there.
And Fairway got resetted.
And Muka got the kill on Coca-Cola. So Gohard bleeding HP and now lost a mouse. Fairway in a kind of dangerous situation here. Can't run without getting shot. So looks like Gohard's initial plans had to be changed from the 8 line to the 1-2 line, and Utopia are in a really nice defensive position right now.
They don't really need to do anything. They have 1 minute and 35 seconds. This mouse and Ice 4 are starting to work their way up to the hill. Stefan. Okay, is he going to cross? No, he's just spotting in 1-2 line. Szczepanek can really take the damage if he wants to and just cross over. I mean, he almost doesn't have to care. Failware is not safe towards Shuku, so Shuku should peek out at any moment and just reset. I mean, no, not any moment. He should let it go on for at least another 20 seconds or so and then reset.
Just run down the clock and then go for the reset. I mean, Failware, you can see him pre-aiming here already. Wants to try and get that quick shot off. He's loaded with heat as well.
I mean, I think the heavies from the hill are also aiming there, but if Shuku does it right, because Failware is perma spotted, he can just auto aim him. Honestly, you can just, like, you can right-click him and then just drive out just about enough and kind of pre-fire the shot, if you know what I mean. You can kind of pre-fire the shot, so as soon as he comes around the corner, he shoots, and he should not take any damage from the heavies for that. And he just got splashed by HE.
Coming in there already, yeah.
He got splashed by HE.
So, bit of a tough spot for Gohard here. Not looking like there's an easy way out, as Failware does get shot at there by Shoku, and Shoku doesn't take any damage in return. So Shoku might want to peek again, try and get the kill. And he does. And they trade shots, but Shoku got a kill for that. 31 HP. Oh, losing his commander as well, but...
Doesn't matter.
Again, we just saw it though previously in Sand River. You cannot discount someone on health like that. It's still a gun in the game. It's a backchat. It can still really wreck your day.
There's nothing that Gohard can do here that is going to change the course of this round.
Negative peeks and takes a shot there from Steroid, and Zafarchik bounces. Never Carry taking a couple of shots there for his trouble though, because Annihilator's able to move up. Stefan finally gets a kill on Shoku. He pushed over there, got himself stuck. Actually no, he stopped into the long grass there, so that's a bit sneaky from him, getting a couple of shots off there. Looks like they're continuing to focus here into Steroids and Never Carry. Gohard going a bit aggressive here, still bleeding HP, so Utopia have lost the back chat. And now Gohard have lost a Mouse, they've lost a Batcha, and they've lost a 113. So really difficult task here for Gohard to come back into this one.
They're trying to trade, but it's just not going to work for them because Utopia has the double TD that are sitting in the back. This mouse, IS-4, they're fine to trade. And even if they kill them, even if they kill the mouse, even if they kill the IS-4, there's a Panzer Kampfwagen 7 also sitting there who's going to be annoying. And even after they kill that, they still have to cross against Papa Pavian in 2 TDs. This
nice drag
doesn't
from
work.
Stefan. Immediately repaired, gets his second shot out.
Even if Stefan hits a full clip and sets him on fire, it is not going to be enough to change this round, because even if he does that, he's going to have to reload, and by the time he's reloaded, it's over almost.
There's 1 minute 15 pretty much left on the clock right now. Gohard just really not much having an answer. I mean, Utopia set their defensive stall well. It just shows the power of the climb, still being able to do that. I mean, to be honest, Papa Pavan hasn't had much of an impact, but he forced Gohard to change their plans, which is in a way, a massive thing, yeah.
Sometimes the threat of something is more important than the actual damage he does from there. The threat of him being able to shut down an entire push on 9-0 line is enough to be afraid. It's enough to make them rotate completely around and go for that cap strat, which I'm pretty sure wasn't their plan from the beginning, because you can't really have a bat in 1-2 line just, you know, killing your Batcha behind the mouse.
Biku getting a kill there on Stefan, who's over on the island. Now we can see the push coming in here. Steroids going against Annihilator. Steroids will come off reload quicker. 647, Steroids is not going to get a kill on him. 441 might actually survive. Annihilator connects with him. Can he crush him? No. So Steroids probably going to get a kill here on Annihilator. And just go forward a little bit.
Nope.
Oh, nope, that's a swing and a miss.
He hit the outside of the turret instead of the mantlet. Never carry might be able to save him. Nile is Amarag though, so it doesn't really matter.
Time is up. Over. So Utopia leading again, 2-1, and it's looking like we could be getting 1-for-1 trades here all the way into potential tiebreaker.
Good stuff there from Utopia. We did say that there was a potential there for the climb still to be done.
Yeah.
They used it very well, and yeah, Gohard, it didn't seem like that was their plan, but obviously when something like this happens, it's like you have to adapt on the fly. And if that entire plan was based around 9-0 line, and then you all of a sudden have to go towards 1-2 line, doesn't really work out that well. Good stuff there from Shuku, Shapanek as well, and guys with steroids. I mean, it was good from Utopia. It was really good. What else can you say about it? It was solid defense.
Yeah. We've seen the defense being broken many times already here on Mines, and now we're seeing a solid defense.
I'd much rather had Gohard do something with pushing down 1-2 line with like 113s or something rather than this.
Yeah.
But the thing is also, because of Papa Pavin's position, you get Bihu's position, which we talked about. Like, Bihu was aiming on 1-2 line. So if you push down there with like 113s, like we saw Gohard do before, one of them should die because you take an STRV hit, you take at least a Bachat hit from Shuku as well, you take a Panzer Kampfwagen hit, and you take an E4 hit. That kills a single tank instantly. So no matter what Gohard did, they're going to lose a lot, but I'd almost like that more than this cap strat, which we haven't seen work yet. So, I don't know. I would rather have them do something crazy on 1-2 line than to go cap.
Well, we're going to see the team swap position now. So now it's Gohard's turn to be on defense, and we're going to see Utopia on the attack.
And I see a GC already.
Conqueror gun carriage.
Yep, for Utopia.
Interesting. We've seen this tank work. We've seen it not work.
We've seen it being countered.
We've seen it being countered. We've seen it do tremendous support damage. Steroid's going to be playing it like we said.
Gohard can play hell. Gohard can still go for the hell. Look at the lineup.
It's a lucky situation where you have two fantastic artillery players. So
I mean, they can still go towards the hill. Zafar is going to do the climb as well. Just watch him. He's going to do it in the T100 light tank. He's going for it as well.
Zafar going for the exact same thing we just saw earlier on. No.
Pretty much, actually.
He's done it. Okay, yeah. He's just got to rock it back from forward a bit.
He's doing the other thing. He's just going straight for it, like I've shown. This is more risky.
Yeah,
like I've shown you
spotted.
this.
He can get shot here.
The
Biku and Mucka are ready. Mucka can get a shot in. Biku's still reloading, so Mucka did get a shot. They know Zafarchik is up there. But
Artie's reloaded in 1 second.
What is their plan? I mean, is he going to get a connection here onto Zafarchik?
Missed.
Steroids is fired and missed. So you see the puff of smoke above Zafarchik.
That's the thing about the T100 light tank. Because they didn't have a TVP on the side of Utopia, Zafar can actually get away with that. He took one shot from the T100 light tank. He might have taken two, but the batch was not reloaded on time. they don't have the reloads.
Yeah,
If
it
he
would
does it
only
right,
work if they got the smaller gun, wouldn't it?
yeah, but nobody's going to bring the smaller gun because there's no point.
You only do it if you want to try and
So
counter.
he can get up before the batches are reloaded. I believe that this might become standard now with the T100 light tank doing that.
Until it gets removed next patch.
I mean, I was expecting people to start climbing again, to be honest.
I think this is the devs are going to look at this as a challenge and be like, oh, okay, we missed stuff. Okay, well, rocks everywhere is what we'll see now. We'll just see like a ring of rocks around the map or something.
Look at Zafar as well. Like, look at his equipment. It's based around the. If we can look at Zafar's equipment, you can see that he also had a speed governor.
Okay, so
that's an interesting thing. Like, yeah, obviously, you know, at speed, it's 10%, right? I think it is 10% to the engine power. But if you leave it on too long, it damages your engine.
He's got food and he's got repair pack.
Yeah, so speed governor
Vents
to get up
as
quicker.
well. Yep. So going for everything to boost the speed of the tank.
Yeah.
And he gets up there nice and quickly.
Well,
now, Muka switching flanks here, coming down 1-2 line. Steroids reposition himself
but look how far
as well.
forward Stefan is in his IS-7.
It's bold.
It's hold down. You can't do anything against it. How are they going to dig out this IS-7? Maybe Artie? Maybe, but it will take him a long time to find that IS-7. Can't really deal with that. He'll be pretty invincible in that position almost. Actually, not pretty. Almost. Completely invincible.
Never carry. Taking a shot to the face there in his 5A.
Yeah, it's because Safarchik is spotting him, and that means early damage will come out on towards him. That's the power of the T100.
And this is going to be a similar situation to what we just saw, isn't it? It's going to be really difficult. Oh, never carried. Stop taking damage, laddie. I'll put you in my fantasy team to do damage, not take damage.
He's in your fantasy team?
Yep. That's him
great.
GG, game over for him now. Now, I mean, this is going to go simply the way it was in the last round, wasn't it? It's going to be difficult for Utopia to push into go hard because of that light tank up on the hill, giving them so much vision on that side. And then we're going to get a late switch to the 1-2 line, which is either going to fail spectacularly or work spectacularly.
No, it's going to fail spectacularly. Stefan will be able to shoot negative Kaizu in the 113 and Niall as well. It's almost the same thing as what would happen when Gohart would push down, because you have Stefan who will get the shot at least. Bihu.
Ammo racked as well.
Nice one though from Bihu.
Damaged ammo rack, sorry, not ammo rack.
But like the same thing will occur, and they have an Artie also, which they have to make work for the next 6 minutes. But he hasn't really done that much. Like, he needs to pay dividend, and it's very hard for him to make it happen as it is.
Yeah, I mean, when the team fights come out, you've got Muka and you've got Steroids. They're going to be negligible. Now, you take out Muka for Zafarchik.
Kaizu, though, takes 300-ish.
They're out in similar situations with their same tanks. Now, you've got the Conqueror gun carriage against anything else on Gohard. So Gohard have the advantage in tanks there. 62 HP. Little slap in the face with an HE shell. You can see never carry.
It depends on how Koga collapses angling. You can see here, like from his first person, that he's really angling well. The only thing that's the only thing he can do. He can only fire HE. Nothing else will do any damage whatsoever.
And HP always does damage, Decky. Oh, HE.
Not always.
That's what you say.
I mean, I listen to the Lord.
That could be anybody right now.
Huh?
You listen to the Lord?
My Lord and Savior, QB.
Ah, okay. QB says HE always does damage. Alright, I didn't know that.
Wow, I'm disappointed.
Annihilator getting stunned there, so great shot by artillery.
Great shot, yeah. Honestly, it should get, you know, I had a talk with this, you know, I really think Artie's underpowered as it is.
Underpowered? Well, fair play to the enemy player, it was a great shot.
It should get a damage buff back to original values and should keep the stun and the accuracy as well, and I think then it'd be perfect.
Can you remember when Artie was tier 8, when it was like the kind of damage the tier 8s used to do?
Yes.
That's what we should bring back. There's not enough Artie, we should bring back 5 Artie per side.
Negative actually got 552 from blind shot from GC.
Chipping away at the HP though, so I mean Utopia is doing damage to go hard, bringing the HP back down here. The stuns are annoying, the shots are annoying coming in from artillery, but Steroids just has not enough time to be able to get this to work for him. Biku taking a little bit of damage there on Utopia, Never Carry is taking a lot of damage in Utopia. He's well below half health at the moment, and nobody from Gohard really is near half health. Failware
That's the
still
thing
full health.
It's the thing we talked about, right? Like the thing I said to you is as well, like Artie, it does chipping damage, but it does chipping damage on a lot of different tanks. It doesn't really consolidate onto one target. It's spread across the team. Now that doesn't have such a big impact as you would think it does, because everybody took one or two shots.
It's a prolonged fight as well.
Look at Never Carry. He's a 2-shot. If he pushes somewhere, he dies instantly.
It's a prolonged fight, so artillery only has so much damage that he can do. Like if the fight was longer, then Art he could farm away, but he doesn't have that thing to farm away here. It's only some kind of lucky lucky connection would do it. Negative is not even there. He's already down beside a separate rock. So unless Ari was to get a lucky pen or something like that, then he's just wasting shells all match. And you Go Hard are happy to just run down the clock here. We're down to 3 minutes now. Utopia
has to come.
are going to be forced into a move.
It's pushing 1-2 line.
Shoku and Bihu already over there on the 1-2 line ready to go. But it's just too late to be able to do anything. So it's looking like it's going to be a 1-1 again.
Not too late just yet, but they have to push very quickly. To make it work.
Awesome with the mouse. Do like their camo. I think it's the coolest one this season.
Any camo looks cool with the mouse.
It does, yeah. It shows it off. The Clan Wars digital camo looks awesome on it as well.
Well, Chopin is going to push first, trying to take some attention, trying to take some shots, hoping that the Go Hard guys are going to fire at him, but it's not going to happen, I think. Kaizu might. But with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, I mean, they have to cross 1-2 line right here, right now.
This is bold. Shapanik's going to get all up in Stefan's face. Shoku and Bihu, you can see here on EF2 area, ready to make a run across. Papa Pavan ready to push at the same time. Shapanik might get a shot here into Stefan.
Well,
Stefan actually connects really well. Shapanik hasn't shot yet. Now the backchat's going to run. Shapanik is just going to do blocking duty on Stefan. Stefan's looking to aim across because you know what's coming. Mukka's taking shots first in the T100. He gets past okay. Shoku takes a shot, but he gets past. No, he takes 2 shots, gets past okay. But Negative is sitting there waiting. They need to focus into Negative. But look at this. Shoku could go down for this, Daki. This is really dangerous play for him. And Negative gets the kill. The other Bihu didn't follow over, so why didn't Bihu go with his teammates?
Bihu, I guess, shooting towards Stefan. The mouse should be picking that up. I don't think he should be able to get out of there. Papa Pavia might get it, or Bihu needs to be careful because he was still spotted. Stefan's still alive. And in the meantime, Papa Pavian is getting pushed by Coca Collapse, and he has no support. And Philware is pushing on towards Never Carry, and he picked him up, and it might have been a little bit too late for Utopia.
Philware getting a kill on Never Carry. Steroids getting a kill on Stefano, but he only had a sliver of health left. Now Papa Pavian's going to come off reload. He's going to get shots into Coca Collapse. Tries to go for a side shot, gets through there. He has to get himself protected from Zafarchik up on that hill. But look at this, Coca Collapse still has angles into Papa Pavian. He's not going to be able to protect himself against that mouse. Papa Pavian puts one through the side of his turret.
Might become close.
Kaizu getting the kill on Shapanik down into the cap circle. Now we're down to the last minute of the game. Look at this, Papa Pavian just missing there on Coca Collapse, not getting through. And if they had more time, yep, it could have still gone in their favour. But Go Hard just have more HP here to be able to trade against Utopia. And vitally, an extra gun because they don't have an artillery.
Even with more time, I don't know. I feel Ware just cleaned up 2 tanks, and then the rest of the boys from Utopia would have to push in still. Even if they did this earlier, it would not have worked out because Go Hard did the damage on the crossing, did them more than enough. Maybe if Utopia had more time, they could go for something else, but now Never Carry was just left by himself because he was so low HP, and Failware just went and killed him, like straight.
Bihu not able to get that final penetrating shot there onto the mouse of Coca Collapse. Annihilator's going to come round into the tail end of Bihu. And Failware picking up a triple kill as Mocha tries a cheeky shot at Annihilator just to distract him, but with only a T100 in the cap circle who's spotted left. And only 5 seconds left pretty much on the clock right now. It's going to be Go Hard picking up this round. 2 for 2. Teams proving quite equal against each other here, Daki. But again, not really seeing the strong Go Hard that we were expecting to see. But in flip side, not seeing the same Utopia. So it's
both teams doing well, though, to hold on their defenses, showing good stuff, showing the climbs off. Mines between 2 good teams can be a
1-1 for sure, yeah.
A slow map, very slow in this map. I think both teams ran out of time.
And they both did similar things, so they both kind of really put a kind of wrench in each other's plans by having that light tank climb up the hill.
So Kaizu did most damage. Did you see the 2.4? So not bad, but it's 10-minute game though. 2.4 over a 10-minute game.
True. Annihilator there coming next in the E4. Potentially you didn't want to see it more, especially shooting 11 times, but a lot of them are blind shots as well, so we'll let that one slide. Bichu, then Papa Pavan. Papa Pavan, we will talk about him a lot, I'm pretty sure, throughout the season. I think he's one of the key players for
I think
Utopia.
he's done pretty well so far. I mean, yeah, I think he's done well so far. That was Mines, though. Not much to say about it, right? I mean, we saw what happened in the climb, blocking off most of the aggression on 9-0 line, forced 1-2 line push, which doesn't really work when the team's prepared for it. It's going to be going into Ghost Town. I mean, at least if we give Artie a damage buff, then people like Sheesh and others can mark their 50V, perhaps once upon a lifetime, you know?
But if you increase Artie, Daki, then it's going to make it harder to play something like the 50B.
They can play it in Platoon. I've watched people do this. This really works.
Okay, explain it.
You know, you pick an Artie, you put optics on your tank, and you drive forward, and then Artie just shoots. And then you get like 10,000 spotting damage, and you know, you get 3 marks.
Okay, but would that work for the 50B? Is that the way to do it with the 50B? Is that how you would? Is that how you 3-marked your 50B, by spotting for artillery?
If you put camo,
is that what you're telling us?
Any tank's a spotter if you put optics and camo nets on it.
You suicide YOLO'd in the 50B?
Every time.
Every time, Devi. Right. Okay, now moving here into Ghost Town. Things are all tied between these teams. We're 2 maps down. We're going into map number 3 here. It is 2-2. Gohard are going to start on the defense. Utopia are going to start on the attack. Gohard on the red side. Utopia on the blue side. It's going to be interesting to see this one.
It's going to be interesting to hear from them as well.
Yeah, I believe this one we're going to use a team speak round this one, so we're going to be listening to the teams. It'll be interesting to hear how the comms are in Gohard, whether they sound calm, whether they sound, you know, agitated or not. Interesting as well, the Gohard lineup hasn't changed all match. It's been exact same players the entire time.
Yeah. Safari in the Leo one. I don't know if I'm a fan of this tank just yet. I mean, we've seen it a few times now. Kuritsa's played it as well. It's just a big box, honestly. Like
everything pens it. Everything, absolutely everything pens it.
Yeah, I think T1s can pen it. That's the thing.
Stefan just ran through the cap circle there and taking out some stuff behind him, backing it off. But look at this, Utopia are not doing any kind of cap shenanigans. They are looking for a fight.
Yeah, I guess they will push the mouses onto the cap. Reminds me a little bit of how Elevate plays this map as well, to be honest, actually. Not even joking around. Elevate kind of plays it similar. They put the mouses.
Why would you be joking around there, Daki?
I mean, because some people like to laugh at that.
Everyone likes to laugh.
They put mouses onto the cap. And they're still undefeated, by the way, so like, you know, I don't think they care.
They're a strong team.
So they put the mouse onto the cap, and then they force Gohard to make a rotation. Shapanak here is safe from the eastern side of the map, but if somebody peeks up at F5, they could punish him, but that's where Never Carry and Steroids are over there. I wonder if they'll be able to block off Coca-Collapse enough so that he doesn't get a reset. I think Failware might, I don't know, I mean, Stefan might even have an angle from all the way in the back. I don't think, maybe not. Maybe. I think Coca-Collapse will be the first one to try to reset.
Patient game at the moment from Gohard and Utopia. 1 minute 20 on the clock. Coca-Collapse is bouncing as he trades off with the tanks opposite him. Kaizu being the first one to take damage here on the map in his T57 heavy for Gohard, but so far so slow right now from both teams.
Yeah, they're just trading hold down. That doesn't really do anything. I mean, Shapanak got reset it already in his tank. Goga Collapse is a very difficult position for him to play. I mean, he's already racked up 2k blocked right now, but it's 5A versus 5A. You either hit, I think, the gun mantle that you can pen, with the cupolas as well, and Goga Collapse got the first penetration, but Utopia is still going for this cap. But I don't know if you can put all of this onto the cap though. Like, he is going to get reset at one point, one way or another. I mean, there's no stopping it.
Coca-Collapse here, facing off against Never Carry and Steroids.
The thing is, if Coca-Collapse tries to reset, like, he needs to drive a little. No, he needs. The thing is, he needs to drive a little bit to the left and then peek up, and that will result in 2 5A shots into the back. That's only like last resort. They don't want to do that unless they have to.
And Shapanak is angled in a way to try and deflect that shot if possible.
They'd like this more. Niall should be pushing up and going towards that corner. At one point, like, I think he should push up and go towards the corner and just play from that point on, because I don't see how.
50 seconds.
They got a reset.
Was a reset. I was wondering if it actually came out. It looks like perhaps Niall got the reset, or was it over shoulder, maybe from
Failware,
Kaiser or something, maybe. Yeah.
I don't see Niall or Coca-Collapse being on reload when the reset happens.
Never Carry now backing off to change positions, come back round the back. Coca Collapse just ignoring Coca Collapse now from where they were. Coca Collapse actually taking a shot there, got damaged engine, repaired that one instantly, didn't want to hang about, move about slowly. Now Never Carry and Steroid's going to rotate all the way around. Looks like they're heading up into Death Alley area, Daki, where Papa Favin is, and support him or try and push into base 1, because nobody from Gohard is covering the top area, or nobody they think is covering that top area, but they have to expect the Leopard to be there.
Look like it's going to have to be triple cap pressure or double cap pressure at the very least for the side of Utopia. The one thing that is going against them right now, Gohard 1, expected. 2, all the buildings are down, so it makes it easier for the Leo to reset. So this is going to be a hard cap to pull off, to be honest.
Yeah, Stefan ran into that area. Now Annihilator is able to spot Shapanic running over. BQ doesn't have any shots onto Annihilator, but I mean, you can see from the minimap the rotation here from Utopia. Everyone's pushing up into that area. Never Carry only has a small bit of building in front of him. Papa Powan driving up in front of him, spotted, and the building, well, the rubble is taken out there. So Zafarchik can now start farming damage into them, start getting resets, and this is going to be a tough one for Utopia to come back out of.
Well, it's triple cap pressure, so we're going to have to see if this actually is going to work out for Utopia.
It's a reset already.
Yeah, but 33 seconds. I mean, Zafar cannot miss too many shots or bounce too many. Ooh, there's a shield coming out, though. Ooh, that's a pretty all-in tactic right here.
So Never Carry's going to sit side on. They're going to lift their guns up. Zafar's only going to be able to get shots into Never Carry. At the same time, they're going to try and distract with the rest of the tanks, so the Steroids and Papa Powin can push Never Carry up just a little bit higher to get a bit of safety. Let's listen into Utopia to see if they can actually close this one out and make it.
Hej, pomocy! Dobra, on mnie nie zrobi. Ja dojeżdżam. Dojeżdżam, ja go przejdę tutaj. Ja go Łuka przejmę. Przejmij go. On wie do mnie. Kurwa, czy masz tam maksymalny bilet, ja jadę. Wystrzelane, nie? Ja jadę od Mausa. Musimy to zrobić.
Ja mam 50 kropla.
Musimy. Ja 4 pechy mam. 4 pechy. Mam sami do przodu.
Jadę.
WZ wjeżdża popawiana. WZ popawiana wjeżdża. WZ musimy, WZ 113. Ładuję. To róbcie teraz to. Ja 2 pechy mam. Jedź, uciekaj.
Sekundę mam do niej.
10 sekund do kapa. Ej, 8 sekund.
Zapujecie to.
Ja robię.
On już nie dojedzie,
Leopard też nie dojedzie.
Oh, Daki,
Last second reset, but it doesn't matter much because Failware getting the ram kill. Oh no, actually Zafar picked it up. I thought Failware got the ram kill. I don't think it's going to change much because 1 second left, now back to 6. They need to kill Coca Collapse, and who's going to reset then?
Papa Powin can actually trade the shots here, so Papa Powin's going to get killed, point blank. Steroids actually gets the kill. Papa Powin has all the HP. This is still right to the wire, but they just don't have the HP to trade. Papa Powin, Zafarchik just running distraction. Biku getting a kill. This is actually going really close here, Daki. Failware still surviving on a sliver of health. Somebody needs to get a shot into him. What's the issue?
They have the cap with a 5A versus a Leopard and a AMX 50B. First of all, Papa Pavian can now fall back into the hold down, where they're not going to be able to reset him very well. Biku can go to the C0 position in the back lines to make sure that there's no rotation coming around. And if there is, first of all, Biku is a 2-shot for the Leopard. He'll take 1 shot from the 5A. He'll take 2 shots at least from Biku. That's a dead Leopard almost. So this is like, if Biku will peek up, or Papa Pavian's already looking there. If Zafar fires, if Zafar fires onto Papa Pavian, Biku kills him.
There's there already. He's running in. Zafar. There's a connection with Papa Pavian. Biku gets the shot. Zafar. He needs to ram. He got the kill. So Zafar on the triple kill. We've said this before. When the tank comes down from that area, it can end up being the tank that saves the match. Papa Pavian kind of needs to start going looking for that. He needs to rush the Leopard. The problem is he has to be careful because Failware's going to peek out from wherever he is. Now, Zafar has to be careful here because if Failware's not actually in a position to support him, Papa Pavian's just going to push up into Zafar. So where is Failware right now? If we look at the viewpoint from the other team, Zafar might, Papa Pavian actually might get a free kill now into Zafar because Failware wasn't in position to be able to support his teammate. Papa Pavian holding his shot. Nicely done now. Papa Pavian can now trade with Failware. 2 minutes on the clock as Failware just going to run away Daki into a corner. That's what he was doing.
The 2 minutes is very important because
Papa Pavian can't count.
He can't. What? Did you just say he can't count?
Can't. Well, can't.
No, listen. The thing is, with 2 minutes left, Papa Pavian cannot solo cap anymore. Now he needs to find the hunt. Now the thing is, I think he has to repair kits, so he's going to be ready for that. The thing is, if Failware can juke around for long enough, Like Papa Pavin has a
He's
long...
got to check the building area first, because that's where immediately
he
you're going
can
to
proxy
think
that.
someone's going to go into the building.
He can spot that by proxy, but he's a long distance away from Failware right now.
What a way to lose a round.
To be honest though, like if I was Failware, I would also be hiding where he is right now,
Yep.
which is probably not a good thing.
I suppose, I mean, Papa Pavin
No, but
is...
because like if I was going to be hiding there, then Utopia is going to probably think about that as well.
Well, I mean, he's going to the one area you can check, and he's going to have to check down the bottom of the map.
He has time. He has, but 1 minute. I think he has time to cross over all the way. I'm not sure, but I think
This
so.
is another one of these rounds where, unfortunately, we came out of TeamSpeak too early. It was the exact same on Ghost Time we did it before. Papa Pavin going the slowest way round possible. Now he should check that corner, surely. His teammates will be doing check the corners, because, well, that's initially. I mean, Failure's right in front of him. Once he sees him,
Well,
he
right
does
in
have
front of
time
him.
to do him.
He's still like at least 30 seconds
he has
away.
no idea. He just has to rush him. Failure can track him and
It's
hide back.
It's the only thing he can still check. He doesn't have time to make it anywhere else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have time to make it to H8. He doesn't have time anywhere else. He needs to go check that. 35 seconds. He looks to be looking. He looks at it. I think he might actually do it. He is going for it.
Yep.
Papa Pavian might be the hero.
He must go for it. He has to
25
check.
seconds.
He's going to slow up in the buildings, so this is the problem. The buildings are going to
That's
slow him
fine.
down.
He has time. He has time. He's going to see him. He's going to see him.
Look to your left, Papa Pavin. Look to your left. Look to your left. Other left.
Oh, no. Oh, he's looking.
No.
He's looking.
12 seconds. He's spotted.
He's
Can
found
he get
it.
shot?
He needs to
Papa
hit this.
Pavin, time, pressure. Nicely done. Well done. Well played, Papa Pavin. Very nicely done. And well-deserved there win for Utopia. To be honest, if Go Hard had won it, it would be a well-deserved win as well, because they managed to do what they needed to do. So, if anything, a fantastic trade between these two teams. Very equal to each other. Very equal.
That's close. I think actually Papa Byron got lucky that he only had 1 minute on the clock. Because, like, the thing is, with 1 minute, he just doesn't have time to go. Like, you have two sets of buildings, because Ghost Town is, like, symmetrical or pretty much symmetrical. So you have the set of buildings in the top side, where you can drive in. You have where you also have a set of buildings in the bottom side.
You can drive in as
where
well.
you can drive in as
Right,
well.
yeah, yeah.
But with 1 minute left, to drive all the way around from that position, he would not make it. He would not make that.
And I was going to say, because another thing is people would have just said, go inside the building area. Now, you go inside the building area, you're a 50B, you've got a full clip. You can track him coming over, but he had 2 repair packs.
Yeah, 2 repair.
So he boom, repair the first one. Hit him again, boom, repair the first one. And he only needs 1 shot. Only needs 1 shot.
He would use a small repair kit first and then his big repair kit.
Yeah.
Depends on if he gets Samurai though. The thing is, he would actually he should have driven into the building area, not the one on the top. He should have driven in the bottom one.
And it was a very good shot he did as well when Zafarchik was running in against Biku as well to connect in that shot.
Biku played that
Leopard
not
to
that
move.
great in my opinion. Biku should be peeking up. Like you can
Yeah.
he can peek by turret. Now Zafar got spotted already full speed. Now if Biku sees him coming, he can take some distance.
Yeah,
to get at least those 2
So
shots,
get the
right?
Ram kill. Because the Ram did a bit of damage as well. It helped
The Ram
him.
killed him, so
Yeah.
Biku would have, I think, been able almost to kill him. Yeah, or just about make him one shot. at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Papa Pavin would have had an easier time, but right to the wire. I'm sure. I mean, listening into the comms, obviously, for everyone who speaks Polish, they would have enjoyed it. But again, you can always hear the emotion. Certainly, you could hear the emotion earlier on when we listened into Savage Squad. So now it's going to be Go Hard on the attack. It's going to be Utopia on the defense. It is going to be super interesting listening to the tone in Go Hard's voice when they're talking.
That's a depressing round. That's what I would call a depressing round because that doesn't make you feel good. I still think that, like, you know, Failware going there, like I said, I would be hiding there as well. So that's an issue. I would hide there as well. I think you should have gone like H8, 9 in those buildings.
I was thinking about, I mean, you always see people use, I mean, 9 times out of 10 if someone hides in the building, it's in the C5 building. People don't hide really in the H671 that's equal to it.
It would be the most illogical thing because from there, if he was on that side of the map, he would not be able to support Zafar at all.
Yeah, as silly as it sounds, you would almost in a way want to hide at the bottom of the map and then rotate back round to where Papa Pavin just was, because you're not going to go back to where you just were.
Look at Gohard though, they're pushing straight across the K
Hyper
line.
aggressive here. Spotted out Stefan, not spotted, but other tanks spotted out coming around the bottom here. All of Utopia at the north of the map, so Gohard's plan is kind of given up here. So interesting tactic. I mean, what are they actually trying to do here from Gohard?
Well, they know that it's very hard to deal with Utopia because Utopia has double type 5 heavy. Those type 5s will just sit on the corner and destroy anything that goes into the cap because they shoot the turret, they splash both tanks, they keep doing that, they knock out crew, they knock out modules. Your tank pretty much gets wrecked until you're basically nothing more than a health pool. So they want to avoid that. That's why they took quick control over to the south side of the map, and now they're taking quick control with the mouses. They're trying to force Utopia into coming to reset, and they want to do as much damage as they possibly can because Utopia has a more healthier lineup. They want to kill something as it comes around the corner.
Annihilator sitting in the cap circle, looking at the view here from Shupanic in the area we normally call Death Alley because so much team fights kind of focus into this area. Collapse in the cap circle here with Annihilator, so it's all going to depend on how Utopia are going to move this. It is 2 in the cap circle, 25 seconds to go. Negative pushing in over here into Muka. There needs to be a reset coming in from someone, Daki. We're down to 20 seconds. Looks like Muka might be the one to do it. Pavin coming over. Collapse takes a shot from Muka. So there's reset coming in. Oh, wait a minute. On fire in the mouse, right to the face. Collapse does not have an extinguisher. He has chocolate, a medipack, and repair pack. So it's a lot of damage going out into him.
Yeah, and Muka's doing really well from that position. You can see the damage he's putting onto the side of those mouses. And Gohard's bleeding. Failware's bleeding even more. This is not going well whatsoever.
Failware's taking a lot of damage. He's lost his commander for this as well. Gohard are still in this fight, but Utopia are winning the trades and they're winning it well. Bihu taking a lot of damage here. Papa Pavin taking a bit of damage here as well. The cap continues, but Gohard are having to reposition. Collapse not in a great position right now. He's down to 400 HP.
He's down to even less now. 240 left and Nile bleeding. Collapse bleeding. I don't think it's going well for Gohard whatsoever.
Nope, it's not going well at all. I think it's a perfect time to listen in to Gohard and see how they plan to get out of this one. Okay, well, we're a bit early for that one, so we're not going to hear them just now. They've lost Collapse. Annihilator now fighting back here with Muka. Let's actually listen in now and see how they're going to do it.
Try to kill one and 3 pairs.
I can help you also, we can kill him.
Track him again.
Okay.
You finish?
Yeah. I'm reload.
You still have shots to type? I have shots. Does type have a shot, guys?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Batchet -1. -2 Batchet. If you go in front, he can't do this. Actually.
6 seconds. 6 seconds. I will pick. I will try to pick. We need to.
Yeah, I need to go behind.
I'm reloading.
Okay. It's
Nice team stick, by the way.
Why we can't just play here instantly when they spot it? Why we need going here? Why we need kite like this? What happened? Lol, it's 4 tanks was spotted in 1 square. I was spotted here and I said that Batches was here. We just need to be realistic. We can't just stay and fab this.
Well, we said it, Daki. It would be interesting to hear the team speak of Gohard, and that's kind of what we were expecting to hear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of frustration creeping through.
Yeah, not much to say about this. You could hear definite frustration in the voice of Zafar. It's not going well. They didn't cover off Muka's position. Like, if you go cap, you cannot let Muka just like first cross like that. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, teams don't let we can watch Stefan die.
Stefan going down swinging. Oh, Papa Pavin picking up a double kill and he's Type 5 heavy. Utopia, we said this before, Utopia are playing really strong right now. Really playing as a team, really playing well together.
Like, when I was watching Elevate do this, that was actually much better. First of all, they had somebody on the bottom corner. Like, you have Muka, the bottom corner. On that corner, they had to make sure that they... to make sure they farm the guy that crosses over. But then they also have another thing, and I think it was a Foch B, if I'm not wrong. Foch. It doesn't matter.
It does.
It does not matter.
You don't call it a meese, you call it a mouse.
It does not. I will call it meese from now on if it makes you feel bad, okay? So they have a Foch over. I'm gonna pull out my hair in a second. They have a Foch over there that can farm those guys in the side that are gonna peek out. But the thing is, like, they already let Muka get into the position unpunished. So Muka is just freely peeking up onto the mouses. Okay. And then the Type 5 from Papa Pavin, I think it was Papa Pavin.
You know you're getting it wrong when I'm having to tell you how to say a tank name or player name.
I think it was Papa Pavian who then just peeks up and shoots Collapse. And these 2 mouses, they're just sitting there. And there's no support. There's nobody that can do anything to save their lives. They bleed most of their HP. They go down to like 1,000. Collapse goes down to like 100.
Yeah.
So these mouses just bleed. There's no response from Gohard. There's nothing going on around the map. Zafar is in the 1-2 line doing absolutely nothing. Utopia has 4 super heavies that are having a great time. They're just having fun. They're laughing on TeamSpeak. It's going amazing. Great fun. The best
great
kind of
TeamSpeak,
fun.
guys. Like, don't stir the
there's
pot.
just
Yeah, in the middle of frustration.
Either
don't
go
set
hard
people off.
mouses went too soon, or the other tanks were not in position at the right time because Utopia
I
took
think they were in
positions.
position. I think the go hard 2 mouse were okay, or Mausen, I believe. Moisen. I'm going to get it wrong again. The same thing is when we did this, I watched the chat, I looked back at the chat, and everyone writes the correct term for multiple mouse in chat, but that still doesn't help anyone who's not a native German speaker know how to pronounce, because it has the German pronunciation as well.
Maybe some desync
One
issues
mouse,
there
two mouse.
between the team, but they have to make it work now on Cliff. They are defending first. They have double 430. That looks like a semi-aggressive lineup because the 430 obviously...
Okay, this one from Utopia as well is very flexible.
Yeah, the thing is with the 430s, obviously, you cannot use 907s. They're not allowed to use special tanks, reward tanks and such. So the 430 is the best, like, it has the highest DPM of all Russian mediums.
430 also has a different textured log on it. It looks like a birch log on the back of it. The same tree they actually just ran over.
I mean, it's as close to a 907 as you can get, right? Without the magical armor that bounces everything.
Oh, Annihilator taking one in the face already.
If Utopia is going to keep pushing this, they're going to kill everybody.
Annihilator taking another one in the face right now. And this is hyper-aggressive here. Biku and Stepanek are not holding back here. They're going right down their throats. And look at how aggressive this push is here. They're going to try and drop Kaiser. They want to take this one. They want to finish this match quickly, Daki.
Yeah, but Shuko in the meantime is getting punished for this. This crossing might hurt just a little bit more than they expected because Filware was there. Negative was there as well. Negative goes down towards the one-shot, but he's still alive. Filware now bleeding as well. Gohard just about holding on. Utopia with the HP advantage, but no positional advantage right now, and no gun advantage either. This might be a little bit overzealous from them.
The initial shocking awe factor here from Utopia has not gone in their favour until they can try and perhaps carry on pushing. Looks like Steroid's going to be the next one going in. He gets the kill onto Kaiser. He wants to get a shot into Failware as well. Failware's not reloaded. He's trying to protect Negative. A little ram in there to Negative to do a little bit more damage. Steroid is going to get the shot. No, he doesn't, as Annihilator picks up the kill. Now, where's the rest of the tanks from Gohard and Utopia? They're trying to come running in from the middle. Stepanek getting a kill on Negative. Never Carry getting a kill on Failware now. Gohard with 4 tanks. Utopia with 4 tanks. And things are going to reset now. Things are going to calm back down again as everyone gets new positions.
Never mind about that positional advantage. Utopia putting in some more aggression actually returned the favor because they didn't stop. They kept going. The tanks from Gohard, most of them were still on the reload or just about to come off of it, like Failware and Negative, but they were so low HP. I think Failware, I mean, I made a mistake peeking against the 5A, but
yeah,
it's a tough situation at that point. But now the fight will come down. It's 4v4. There is an HP lead for Utopia, but we can blame that pretty much on 5A so far.
Oh.
This is not going to work out. Papa Pavin's already here. He's going to get punished. That's 1.2k to the face.
Zafar getting farmed here. Papa Pavan trying to get into that engine deck.
Hello?
Zafar is going to get shots into Papa Pavan. Is there any support here for Papa Pavan?
He needs to kill Papa.
He needs to kill Papa Pavan, yeah. Papa Pavan's going to come running down from here. Muka is looking to try and get shots. Papa Pavan's going to run the opposite way though, and he's going to get himself safe. So Zafar just throwing away HP there, perhaps in a little bit of frustration driving out there and open.
I really don't understand that.
Not expecting not expecting Utopia to have a tank in that position.
There's no excuse for driving like that rather than going around.
Can rush at him now. He's fully loaded again.
Don't think he can rush him. Stefan's going to be controlling him from the hill, but this really swings it into Utopia's favor. If that 430 was full HP, he'd be a powerhouse because he'd be shooting. Papa Pavin failed, by the way. If he was full HP, he'd be shooting. Now, he's pretty much degraded to a Creator 31 player. You know, red line.
Red line sniper. Okay.
What? Didn't do nothing.
You're really polite sometimes to your clan members.
Hey, he knows I love him.
Okay. There's no stronger love than a clan commander for his clanmates, is there?
Sure thing, yeah, if that's what you believe. I'd like to see like ammo loadouts for the bats because Stefan has APCR loaded. I want to see what Nile has because if they both have APCR, they're going to struggle against this 5A. Actually, struggle a lot.
Stefan, yep, APCR, 13 shots left. He's got 1 missing right now. Annihilator's also on APCR. Stepanek,
nice.
To take a shot, didn't need to take that, misses.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Zafar, right?
Yeah, it's a big
took
difference.
a few shots he didn't have to take.
Didn't have to take 1, didn't have to take 2. Oh, nice! Nice. Papa Pavin stepping up again. Surely the MVP of Utopia here during this match.
Goga collapse, still full HP. He should be the one making the play. I think he should push the 9-0 line like Zafar did, but better. If he gets into the right position, he can do a lot of damage towards this TVP.
Maka going to do that super dangerous climb at the back though. Papa Pavin is going to get farmed a little bit here, can get himself safe. Stefan's probably going to...
Stefan needs to play slightly more aggressive.
He's not pushing over at the same time. Now, Muka was down at that K3 area, so I was wondering if he's going to do a hyper dangerous climb. And Papa Pavin, oh, just edging back in time there. There's no kind of coverage for him, so Papa Pavin, I mean, Annihilator could potentially push as well. He has to be careful he doesn't do that. Stefan is spotted here by Muka. Muka getting one shot into him. It's very nicely done. Stefan just goes invisible. Muka's now looking across to Annihilator. He's in a good position here to support Papa Pavin.
They're going to try and rush Nile, and there's nothing they can really do about it.
Papa Pavin getting the kill there onto Stefan, peeking over, taking a shot for his troubles. Great one-on-one trade there. Papa Pavin coming out on top. Now Annihilator is on a one-shot. Zafarchik is on a one-shot. Coco Collapse has all the HP, but doesn't have any shots because he's round the back of the mountain.
Annihilator on reload. We said he's going to struggle against that 5A, and
switching into heat now,
I think he did really struggle against him. This round was lost when Zafar
Never
drove.
Carry, it's still got full HP.
Yeah, I mean this round was lost when Zafar just drove through the middle of the map.
Wow. Trade there, never carry.
Well, maybe not.
Double clipped. Wow, okay. Clipped out there by Coca-Cola Apps. Papa Pavin again! MVP! Step up, laddie. Never carry. Just missed that shot and Annihilator. That is potentially bad, but Muka still has full HP as well, so he can come in and trade from Coca-Cola Apps, taking a shot. Papa Pavin coming over the top, getting a shot there into Annihilator as Muka kills Annihilator, coming around, clipping out to Coca-Cola Apps. Panic getting a double kill, and Utopia taking this one 5-2, and Go Hard. Oh, you guys are going to have to go back to the drawing board. It's not good at all. Not what we expect. But hey, fantastic play from Utopia. We said coming into this they were going to be a dangerous opponent, and they have shown everyone definitely like they are. They're one of the teams to be feared right now.
Great play from Utopia, honestly. Like continuing the aggression down the 1-2 line, direct countering what Gohard was doing very well. Again, disappointing Gohard.
It's frustrating because it's disappointing from Gohard, but to be disappointed in Gohard is to take it away from Utopia. Papa Pavin coming out top damage, not surprising. He's playing exceptional right now. Absolutely
so
exceptional.
Many individual mistakes on the side of Gohard. Like there's too many. For a team like this that has aspirations of being top 2, and I'm starting to sing the same story here every time. I really feel like it's just not good enough. They're just not playing well enough together. They're not covering each other well enough. They seem desync. They have these kind of plays where 430 drives down the middle of the map for no reason whatsoever rather than going around, which honestly triggers me. Super triggers.
And this is something that's been brought up before as well, is that you can have a team of individually skilled players who are all highly skilled, but sometimes they just do not connect and gel well together as a team.
I don't know if it's even that. It's just like every player individual is like just not performing up to level. I mean, like this play from Zafar, what is that? I mean, Stefan, one of the best.
Drive through the middle of the map.
Yeah, but Stefan, one of the best players I know, not anticipating that Muka would be rotating or somebody would be rotating towards that side, takes a shot from that guy. The shot from the TVP he couldn't expect, but like taking that shot from Muka. But really, I think this was lost when Zafar made that trade. Like, if Zafar doesn't make that trade, they don't lose this, I think. I don't think they lose this.
Entire TV clip for nothing.
If he...
Yeah, so I think you got 2 shots back in Papa Pavin.
If he doesn't do that, like, in the end, even in the end, they had a possibility to win it. Even in the end there, even with Zafar's bad trades, they had a possibility to win it. He could have killed Never Carry, still controlled Papa Pavin, and done so much more, but this is disappointing Gohard. This is honestly like not good enough.
Utopia now top of the table.
Yeah, Utopia played very, very well, but still we need to they played truly amazing. Always right. You had the last match wrong. Don't lie to me.
So wrong twice. So wrong.
They played amazing, but this Gohard really needs to step it up. I don't know what's going wrong, where it's going wrong, and that's something they need to figure out by themselves. But it's going to have to be better. It's going to have to be a lot better.
Yes, certainly. Now, tomorrow we're going to have 3 more matches. Tomorrow we're going to see Who Cares, Gohard coming right back into it. They're going to play against Who Cares. Who cares? Playing very hot and cold right now. You don't quite know what team you're going to get.
Today was rather cold.
Yeah, but they've shown the last week that they were able to take Ding to tiebreaker. So, you know, I think Ding had to win 4 in a row or something like to come back into it. Ding were like losing at the start. They weren't doing too well.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get Kazna Kru versus Isuba. Kind of expecting another potentially easy win for Kazna Kru there. And then we're going to finish on Ding Oops. Huge match for both teams.
It'll be interesting.
Really looking forward to that one. Oops playing exceptionally well. Ding starting to gel well. Senya starting to really come into his own, starting to play really well. So really looking forward to that one. It's going to be Daki and Mojo tomorrow for that one. I'm going to maybe have a little chat to you, you know, on the little message pop-ups, see your predictions.
Should I call assistants to help you type, or are you going to be able to do it by
I should be
yourself?
okay.
You sure?
One finger, 2 finger. But yeah, it's been a fantastic evening. Shark, anything else you want to say before we go?
Be careful in what waters you go.
Okay. You guys have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. So thanks very much for watching.